Clearly, as the sole heir to an ancient clan of the eastern wilderness, not only are spirit herbs piled high as mountains at home, and I've grown tired of eating Azure Thunder divine beef, but my fiancé actually brought a new lover here today to break off the engagement, humiliating me in public, and I, a good-for-nothing deemed by everyone to have blocked meridians, happened at this moment to awaken the blue-green modifier system, capable of editing the narration of all things. A single free starter pack would turn all her high-sounding rhetoric into a joke. Early morning, spirit mist in the courtyard is like gauze. You are lying under a tree basking in the sun. Chingha enters carrying a white jade medicine pot. Young master, the clan had ordered people to fetch Azure Thunder divine beef, simmered all night with red sun ginseng and jade marrow spirit grass. It greatly nourishes the vital energy and blood. The broth is golden, the meat aroma is rich, and tiny thunderbolts are still jumping on the surface of the bowl. You glance at it, and very disdainfully turn your face to the side. Beef again? How many days have I been eating this? No matter how good the meat is, eating it every day would be tiresome, right? Chingha is stunned. If the loose cultivators outside heard this, they would likely be fuming with anger. Azure Thunder divine beast. An adult one can make cultivators at the integration stage take a detour. A piece of meat the size of a palm would make people fight to the death. Yet to you, it's just a phrase about being tired of eating it. Young master, you can't cultivate anyway. Why bother with fasting? You are left speechless by this girl. It is a fact that you cannot cultivate. 16 years ago, you were sabotaged while still in your mother's womb. With blocked meridians and no foundational base, the Lu clan spent countless resources, but it was all in vain. Fortunately, your parents love each other deeply. Not only did they not give up on you, instead, they spoiled you beyond measure. Since you can't cultivate immortality anyway, life isn't too bad. Except, recently, there has been a problem with the fiancé's side. Young master, someone from the Shangguan family is here. Miss Shangguan Yu has brought people from the Zhongshuan Holy Land to break off the engagement. A servant rushes in, his face pale. You are just about to get up to take a look, when a pleasant sound rings in your ear. Ding! Detected that the host is having the engagement broken, awakening the blue-green modifier system. The host can see the narration introduction of objects and people. Consume spirit stones to directly edit the narration content. Limited to once per day. Starter pack allows for one free edit. Open it, your mouth curves upward. Waiting for 18 years. The system has finally arrived. Having read countless novels in your past life, you know exactly what this means. Are you kidding? This is a free edit. Of course, I won't use it. You curl your lips, directly throwing the starter pack aside. If the protagonist of a neighboring novel knew, they'd think I can't afford spirit stones. I am the son of an ancient clan head. Are spirit stones really that scarce for me? The spirit stones in your right-hand storage ring are already piled high as mountains. Chingha is so angry her eye sockets turn red. How could she be like this? If not for the Lu clan's help back then, the Shangguan family would have ceased to exist long ago. The 9-turn marrow cleansing pill she used when she was young was even given by the young master. Once full, naturally, one finds the chef an eyesore. You stand up and pat your sleeves. Let's go. Let's take a look. The atmosphere in the Lu clan's main hall is suffocating. In the main seat, your father, Lu Shao, has a gloomy face. Opposite him, Shangguan Yun sits motionlessly, a faint smile hanging on his face. Shangguan Yu stands on the right side in the guest seat. Standing next to her is a young man in a blue-gold robe, who is leisurely drinking tea, twirling a strand of her hair with his fingers. Shangguan Yu does not dodge. Instead, she leans in slightly, her posture submissive. Clan head Lu. Today I come only to break off the engagement. Kindness is kindness. Engagement is engagement. I have seen higher heavens. Naturally, I cannot be bound by the past anymore. Shangguan Yu's tone is naturally calm. As you step into the hall, you happen to see Gu Changyuan's hand resting on her waist. Your footsteps pause. You smile. Originally, you thought she was just here to break off the engagement. Now it seems she doesn't even want the last bit of decency. Target, Shangguan Yu. Narration. An ungrateful white-eyed wolf immediately turned her back after latching onto the Zhongshuan Holy Land. Attempting to use people climb to higher places to prettify her betrayal. Your heart stirs. The edit box pops up in front of you. Consume 100 spirit stones to edit this line of narration. You click confirm without hesitation. The new content appears before your eyes. Target, Shangguan Yu. Narration, edited. Came to break off the engagement on the surface, but is actually panicking inside. Terrified that Lu Xian might suddenly pull out some hidden card to make her unable to step down. Watching Shangguan Yu, who stands beside Gu Changyuan with a cold and arrogant posture. Your mouth curls into an irrepressible smile. Gu Changyuan sets down his teacup. Clan head Lu. Why be so persistent? Marriage is a matter of mutual consent. Miss Shangguan has better choices. Gu Changyuan. Your father interrupts coldly. This is a matter between the Lu family and the Shangguan family. Since when does someone from your Gu family deserve to sit here and babble? Clan head Lu is mistaken. Gu Changyuan's smile remains undiminished. I am here as the holy son of the Zhongshuan Holy Land, accompanying Miss Shangguan. If anyone uses the old engagement to pressure her, my Zhongshuan Holy Land naturally cannot ignore it. The atmosphere in the hall drops instantly. You stand at the doorway, looking at Gu Changyuan's high and mighty attitude, and Shangguan Yu deliberately avoiding your gaze. Wait, your peripheral vision suddenly notices, beside Gu Changyuan's name on the system panel, There is a tag that has never appeared before. Target: Gu Chongyuan. Hidden narration. In 3 days, this person will trigger the ancient evil thoughts, suppressed beneath the Tsangshuan Holy Land. If successfully devoured, the Tsangshuan Holy Land will inevitably produce a demon lord within 100 years. Current state: unaware that he has been inversely parasitized by the evil thoughts. Your pupils shrink. The smile on your lips slowly deepens. Breaking off the engagement, is that all? Wait until tonight when I write this narration exactly as it is into a letter, and send it to the desk of the Tsangshuan Holy Land's Palm Master. I want to see how you will still boast and show off in my Lu clans hall using your status as the Tsangshuan Holy Son. The Lu clan members seeing Lu Xian, their expressions become complex. Heartache, frustration, anger. Today's move was clearly aimed at Lu Xian. Yet, Lu Xian cannot cultivate. Even though everyone knows the Shangguan family is ungrateful, they have to admit, Shangguan Yu has indeed climbed higher than Lu Xian today. Seeing Lu Xian, Shangguan Yu's expression shows no fluctuation. She lifts her hand, takes the marriage contract from the table, and hands it to Lu Xian. Lu Xian, this is my copy of the marriage contract. Your copy should be handed over as well. Lu Xian does not take it. He looks at the marriage contract, then looks at Gu Chongyuan. Finally, his gaze lands on Shangguan Yu's face. Shangguan Yu, actually, you don't need to put on this act. Shangguan Yu frowns slightly. Lu Xian says indifferently, I didn't want to be your Dao partner to begin with. Many in the hall are stunned. Shangguan Yu's eyes are slightly cold. Lu Xian continues, if it weren't for my father setting up this engagement for me back then, I wouldn't have cared for you in the slightest. If you had just come properly, and stated clearly that you wanted to break off the engagement, I might not have refused. After all, a twisted melon is not sweet. But you had to bring Gu Chongyuan here. Speaking to this point, he looks at that hand Gu Chongyuan has resting on Shangguan Yu's waist. And you let him be this disrespectful to you in my Lu clan's hall. Lu Xian lets out a laugh. Are you some kind of promiscuous woman who will sleep with anyone? To debase yourself like this? Shangguan Yu's face instantly turns cold. Lu Xian, stop your nonsensical talk here. Nonsensical talk. Lu Xian looks at her. The marriage hasn't been dissolved yet, and you are already eager to be subservient to Gu Chongyuan. What? Does having the Tsangshuan Holy Son's hand on your waist count as a stroke of destiny on your cultivation path? As soon as these words come out, many young disciples of the Lu family almost couldn't help but laugh out loud. More people feel a sense of gratification. It's just too satisfying. They had long been disgusted by Shangguan Yu's attitude, but due to Gu Chongyuan's presence, no one dared to speak. Now, Lu Xian has exposed it directly, equivalent to tearing off the cold, arrogant skin of Shangguan Yu in public. Shangguan Yu's gaze turns completely cold. Lu Xian, you say so much. Isn't it just because you're unwilling to let go? You are jealous of the Holy Son, and you are also jealous of me, for being able to reach higher ground now. But jealousy cannot change anything. We were never people of the same world. I possess the Taiyin profound body, destined to step into the integration stage in the future, and perhaps go even further. She looks at Lu Xian, a hint of undisguised contempt in her tone. And you? You are just a useless person with blocked meridians and no foundational base. You can't even cultivate. So on what basis do you deserve to be my Dao partner? Lu Xian looks at her, and suddenly laughs. Shangguan Yu, that's right. The current me is indeed a good for nothing. But in the days to come, why do you think I can't turn things around? Do you know? 30 years east of the river, 30 years west of the river. Do not bully the poor and the young. Shangguan Yu is first startled. Then, a trace of mockery appears in her eyes. Lu Xian, have you read too many novels? Reality is not a storybook. She slowly lifts her chin, her voice cold. 30 years is too long. The path of cultivation. One step slow, every step slow. You have already fallen behind by 18 years, and I will not stand still and wait for you. Her gaze sweeps across Lu Xian's pale face, her tone even colder. Furthermore, you are not poor and young. You are completely unable to cultivate at all. Hearing this, Gu Chongyuan also lets out a soft laugh. Lu Xian, it seems you really care. He taps his finger gently on Shangguan Yu's waist. His tone is casual. I can understand it, too. A person who cannot cultivate, watching their fiancé choose a stronger person. Naturally, it doesn't feel good in the heart. But in this world, it's always about birds choosing good wood to perch on. Miss Shangguan chose me, not you. Is that hard to understand? The expressions of the Lu clan members change all at once. The aura on Lu Zhao's body is almost uncontrollable. Gu Chongyuan. In the main hall, a terrifying pressure suddenly rises. Behind Gu Chongyuan, an old man in gray robes also slowly opens his eyes. The two auras collide, and the entire main hall trembles with it. Shangguan Yun hurriedly stands up. Brother Lu, why do this? Today is just for breaking off the engagement. Let's not harm the harmony between our two families. Lu Xiao sneers. Harmony between two families? Your Shangguan family brought people from the Gu family to my Lu family to break off the engagement. And now you talk about harmony here? Gu Chongyuan remains seated, without the slightest intention of getting up. Clan head Lu, I advise you to stay calm. Your Lu clan currently should not be strong enough to simultaneously be enemies with the Gu family and the Tsangshuan Holy Land. Threats, naked threats. Killing intent surges in Lu Zhao's eyes. But at this moment, Lu Xian speaks. Father. Lu Xiao looks at him. Lu Xian says calmly, no need to get angry for the sake of such people. Lu Zhao's voice is says low. Xianer. Lu Xian smiles at him. Since this play today is aimed at me, then let me finish singing it myself. Lu Xiao looks at him, and in the end, doesn't say anything else. Only those eyes still stare fixedly at the old man in gray behind Gu Chongyuan. Lu Xian looks back at Sheng Guanyu, and at this very moment, the text appears before his eyes again. The blue-green modifier system has been activated. Lu Xian looks at his own narration. Lu Xian, young master of the Lu clan, born with blocked meridians, no foundation, unable to cultivate. Today, he was dumped by Sheng Guanyu and humiliated in public. His Dao heart is clouded. From then on his personality changes drastically, and he sinks into despair. 3 years later, the Lu clan is annihilated, and Lu Xian dies in the chaos of war. Lu Xian looks up at Sheng Guanyu, and nods gently. You are right. Sheng Guanyu frowns slightly. Lu Xian says indifferently, 30 years is indeed too long. Since you can't wait, then I will let you see clearly today, whether it is I, Lu Xian, who is unworthy of you, or if you, Sheng Guanyu, are unworthy to stand before me. Sheng Guanyu's eyes turn cold. Lu Xian, how much longer do you intend to talk tough? Lu Xian ignores her further. He looks at his most fundamental line of narration. Born with blocked meridians, no foundation, unable to cultivate. Among these, the 8 words blocked meridians, no foundation, glow with an intense green light. Detected hidden entry. Innate holy body Dao fetus. You can modify blocked meridians, no foundation to innate holy body Dao fetus in dormancy, awakening today. This modification involves the foundation of one's destiny, and requires the consumption of 3 million high-grade spirit stones, 30,000 top-grade spirit stones. Do you wish to use your monthly grand modification? What? 3 million high-grade plus 30,000 top-grade? This is so cheap. Lu Xian looks at the price, a bit surprised. I didn't expect it to be this cheap. Immediately, he says in his heart, modify. 3 million high-grade spirit stones deducted. 30,000 top-grade spirit stones deducted. Modification successful. Original entry. Blocked meridians. No foundation. Unable to cultivate. New entry. Innate holy body Dao fetus in dormancy. Awakening today. Innate holy body Dao fetus. Awakened. Boom. Inside Lu Xian's body, as if a shackle that had been sleeping for eternity was thoroughly severed. A burst of indescribable aura explodes from the depths of his body. In the main hall, the tables tremble. The teacups explode. The hand Gu Chongyuan had resting on Sheng Guanyu's waist suddenly pauses. The marriage contract in Sheng Guanyu's hand is also ruffled fiercely by the gale. The meridians that Lu Xian originally had blocked, at this moment, are completely opened up. The spirit energy of heaven and earth frantically pours into his body. His aura begins to climb step by step. Qi refining, foundation establishment, golden core. In just a few breaths, the aura on Lu Xian's body breaks through realms continuously as if there were no obstacles at all. More terrifying is that a blurred figure appears behind him. That figure sits in the void, a heavenly book above its head, feet on golden lotuses, 3,000 Dao patterns surrounding its body. Outside the main hall, the heaven and earth change color. Above the Lu clan, golden divine mist spreads 10,000 miles. A phantom heavenly book appears in the sky. As the heavenly book turns, the 10,000 Daos roar. The entire eastern wilderness, stretching for billions of miles, is startled at this moment. What is that phenomenon? The heavenly book across the sky. 10,000 Daos bowing in worship. What kind of physique is this? And which clan has produced a peerless genius? Inside the main hall, everyone is stunned. Sheng Guanyun suddenly stands up, his face ghastly pale. This is impossible. Didn't he have blocked meridians? The marriage contract in Sheng Guanyu's hand falls to the ground. She stares blankly at Lu Xian, for the first time losing that high and mighty calmness. The smile on Gu Chongyuan's face also disappears bit by bit. He stares fixedly at the figure behind Lu Xian, his eyes filled with disbelief. Innate, holy body Dao fetus? How is this possible? Even Lu Xiao is stunned. He looks at his son, his eye sockets even turning a bit red. Xianer. Lu Xian slowly opens his eyes. His face is no longer pale. Replacing it is a mysterious pressure that seems to be in harmony with the great Dao of heaven and earth. He lowers his head, takes a look at the marriage contract on the ground, and then lifts his hand. That marriage contract flies into his palm of its own accord. Sheng Guanyu seems to have finally regained her senses, her voice trembling. Lu Xian, you. Lu Xian does not pay attention to her. He simply lights a wisp of golden spirit fire with his fingertips. In front of everyone, the marriage contract burns slowly in his hand. Sheng Guanyu's face changes drastically. What are you doing? Lu Xian lifts his eyes to look at her. His voice is calm, yet it spreads throughout the entire main hall. Sheng Guanyu, did you misunderstand one thing? Today, it is not you breaking off the engagement. The golden spirit fire engulfs the marriage contract. The ashes scatter with the wind. Lu Xian stands beneath the sky filled with golden mist, his expression indifferent. It is I, Lu Xian, Who is divorcing the wife? Above the Lu family. The phenomenon does not disperse. Golden mist fills the long sky. A phantom heavenly book looms over the clouds, turning slowly. With every turn, it seems as if 10,000 great Daos roar along with it. Lu Xian stands in the center of the broken main hall, his robes fluttering. Behind him, the Dao figure sits in the void, head covered by the heavenly book, feet on golden lotuses, 3,000 Dao patterns circulating around its body. At that moment, everyone seems to have their throats grabbed. Shang Guanyun's pupils shrink violently. Even his breathing becomes a bit rapid. Shang Guanyu is even more deathly pale, staring blankly at Lu Xian. Not long ago, she said that 30 years east and west of the river was just something from a storybook. She said, Lu Xian was not poor and young, but simply couldn't cultivate. But now, Lu Xian stands before her. Meridians cleared. Dao Foundation manifest. With a single thought, the heavenly book crosses the sky. 10,000 Daos bow in worship. This is not unable to cultivate. This is clearly a peerless evildoer rare in 10,000 years. The teacup in Gu Changyuan's hand has already cracked a thin line under the spirit pressure. Yet he is completely unaware. He stares fixedly at the Dao figure behind Lu Xian. On his originally gentle and composed face, appearing for the first time, jealousy. He is the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land. He has seen too many geniuses, but this phenomenon before him has already far exceeded what the word genius can describe. Heavenly book across the sky, 10,000 Daos bowing in worship. Such a scene, even in the ancient records of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, only appeared in a few brief lines, and every time it appeared, it represented a major figure capable of shaking the world was about to be born. Lu Xiao stares blankly at his son. He never imagined that his son, who couldn't cultivate for 16 years, would on this day give everyone such a huge shock. Xianer. Lu Xiao's voice is even a bit shaky. What you awakened? Is this the legendary? The second half of the sentence. He doesn't say immediately, because those few words are too heavy, so heavy that even Lu Xiao doesn't dare to confirm easily for a moment. Innate holy body Dao fetus, not seen in 10,000 years. Almost everyone in the world thought this physique had long gone extinct. The holy body masters peerless physical strength. The Dao fetus masters closeness to the Dao through insight. The two combined is one of the physiques closest to the origin of the great Dao. In the ancient era, there was once a supreme genius who possessed the innate holy body Dao fetus, who oppressed an entire generation, suppressed all races, and finally achieved the Dao and became an emperor. Since then, this physique had never appeared again. But now, it has appeared. It appeared on Lu Xian, appeared on this Lu clan young master whom everyone thought had blocked meridians and no foundational base. Lu Xian feels the surging power within his body, slowly lifts his head. He knows there is no need for him to hide anymore. Today, Shang Guanyu brought Gu Changyuan to break off the engagement. The Gu family took the opportunity to test the Lu family's bottom line, and the Shangguan family was in a hurry to step on the Lu family to climb higher. Since that is the case, then let them see clearly. The Lu clan young master is not someone they can step on just because they want to. Lu Xian nods. That's right. I am indeed the innate holy body Dao fetus. Boom. This sentence falls, like a thunderbolt, exploding so that everyone's scalp goes numb. The Lu clan members are first quiet. Then, all their eyes erupt with wild joy. Innate holy body Dao fetus. The young master is actually the innate holy body Dao fetus. Ha ha ha. Heaven protects my Lu clan. Heaven protects my Lu clan. The Lu clan has been too frustrated all these years. Lu Xian couldn't cultivate. The Lu family's foundation gradually declined. Outside, no one knows how many forces are eyeing the Lu family, all waiting for the Lu family to completely fall from the altar. Today, the Shangguan family brought Gu Changyuan to break off the engagement, even directly stepping the Lu family's face into the dirt. But now, Lu Xian has awakened, and as soon as he awakened, it was the legendary innate holy body Dao fetus. Lu Xiao can no longer suppress the wild joy in his heart. He laughs up at the sky, his voice shaking the entire Lu manor. Good, good. My son Lu Xian has the bearing of an emperor. This sound falls. The Lu clan members feel that the suffocating air in their chests is finally vented fiercely. Refreshing. Too refreshing. Just now, how high and mighty Shang Guanyu was. Now, how ugly her face is. Just now, how composed Gu Changyuan was. Now, how gloomy his eyes are. Lu Xian looks at the Shangguan family members. Shang Guanyun subconsciously takes half a step back. The faces of several Shangguan family elders also look extremely bad. They came today to break off the engagement, because they thought Lu Xian was already a waste. They thought the Shangguan family had latched onto Gu Changyuan. From then on, they could shake off this big tree that was gradually withering the Lu family. But who could have imagined? Lu Xian actually awakened the innate holy body Dao fetus. At the engagement dissolution scene, this kind of physique, as long as Lu Xian doesn't die, in the future, he will definitely shake the eastern wilderness. At that time, everything the Shangguan family did today will become a huge joke, and will even become the Shangguan family's death warrant. Lu Xian looks at them, and suddenly laughs. I wanted to get along with you as an ordinary person, but I didn't expect that what I got in return was alienation. He steps forward. Golden divine mist falls on him, giving him a majesty that is hard to describe. Alright, not pretending anymore. I'm revealing it. I am a peerless genius. The young disciples of the Lu family listen with eyes shining. If someone else said this, it would be somewhat arrogant. But now, hearing these words from Lu Xian, only makes people feel satisfied. Too satisfying. Shang Guanyu's face is deathly pale. She looks at Lu Xian, her mind in chaos. Innate holy body Dao fetus. Of course, she knows what these words mean. Her Taiyin profound body, in the eyes of ordinary cultivators, is already considered a top-tier physique. But in front of the innate holy body Dao fetus, it's not worth mentioning at all. Like a firefly compared to the bright moon. She originally thought, she and Lu Xian were no longer in the same world. But now she realizes, they are indeed not in the same world. It's just that the one standing on the higher ground, is not her, but Lu Xian. Shang Guanyun is the first to react. He forcefully suppresses the shock in his heart. A smile squeezed onto his face. Nephew Lu, today's matter. Perhaps there is some misunderstanding. Yue is young. Speaking is inevitably impulsive. My Shangguan family and the Lu family have had friendship for many years. How could we hurt the harmony because of a piece of marriage contract? This matter might as well. Shut up. Lu Xian interrupts him directly. Shangguan Yun's smile stiffens. Lu Xian looks at him, his tone calm. Just now when your Shangguan family brought Gu Changyuan here to break off the engagement, why didn't you talk about misunderstanding? When Gu Changyuan threatened my father in my Lu clan's hall, why didn't you talk about many years of friendship? Now that you see me awakening the innate holy body Dao fetus, you want to round things off. Shangguan Yun, do you think I, Lu Xian, am like an idiot? Shangguan Yun's face turns green and white. Lu Xiao sneers. Shangguan Yun, didn't you say times have changed? Now things really have changed. The Shangguan family members are full of embarrassment, yet no one dares to respond. Gu Changyuan stands up slowly. His gaze is always fixed on Lu Xian. The slight gloom in his eyes has completely turned into killing intent. Innate holy body Dao fetus. If Lu Xian is allowed to grow up, the Lu clan will inevitably rise again. And there is a century-old grudge between the Gu family and the Lu family. Today, he even personally came to the Lu clan to borrow the dissolution of the engagement to step on the Lu clan's face. The two sides have already torn their faces. If Lu Xian were just a waste, so be it. But he just happened to become an innate holy body Dao fetus. This kind of person, if he doesn't die, he will inevitably become a great disaster for the Gu family in the future. Gu Changyuan's voice is very soft. The legendary physique is indeed astonishing. However, he lifts his eyes indifferently. Only geniuses who survive are called geniuses. Lu Zhao's face changes drastically. Gu Changyuan, you dare. Gu Changyuan does not answer. He only gives an imperceptible wink at the old man in gray robes behind him. That old man is named Gu Shanhe, the protector of the Tsangshuan holy sun. However, Gu Shanhe is not an ordinary protector. He came from a branch of the Gu family, sent to the Tsangshuan holy land to cultivate in his early years, and later arranged to protect Gu Changyuan. Over the years, he is nominally a member of the Tsangshuan holy land, but in reality, he has always had a very deep connection with the Gu family. Precisely because of this, a wink from Gu Changyuan, and he understands the meaning. This child must not be kept. If the innate holy body Dao fetus grows up, the Gu family will inevitably face a reckoning. Cold light flashes in Gu Shanhe's eyes. The next instant, his figure disappears from where he stood, so fast that most people in the hall did not react. A gray shadow tears through the air, heading straight for Lu Xian's brow. The killing intent is sharp, with not half a bit of reservation. Lu Xiao roars, presumptuous. He steps out, instantly blocking in front of Lu Xian. Lifting his hand, violent spirit power turns into a seal, slamming fiercely toward Gu Shanhe's palm. Boom! The seal collides with Gu Shanhe's palm. Terrifying air waves sweep out. The entire Lu clan's main hall instantly cracks into countless seams. Some Shangguan family disciples with weaker cultivation are instantly shocked into vomiting blood and flying backward. Gu Shanhe's figure is revealed, being shocked back half a step. He looks gloomy, staring at Lu Xiao. Clan head Lu. Good skills. Lu Xiao blocks in front of Lu Xian, killing intent boiling in his eyes. The protector of the Tsangshuan holy land actually assassinates my son in my Lu family? Then I'll try too, to see how tough this Tsangshuan holy son's life is. As the words fall, the aura on Lu Zhao's body completely erupts. He steps out, his whole body like a fierce tiger out of its cage, killing straight toward Gu Shanhe. Gu Shanhe snorts coldly, and meets him head-on. The two battle instantly. Terrifying spirit power explodes in the main hall. Just for a moment, the entire Lu clan's main hall can no longer bear it, and collapses with a loud crash. The crowd retreats one after another. The elders of the Lu family also rush over at this moment. Clan head, protect the young master. The Tsangshuan holy land is bullying us too much. Several powerful auras rise from the depths of the Lu family. The Lu clan elders step through the air, fighting against the Gu family experts brought by Gu Changyuan. For a time, spirit light explodes above the Lu family, killing intent soaring to the sky. What was originally an engagement dissolution has turned into a life-or-death battle in the blink of an eye. Lu Xian stands in the ruins, his expression calm, because he knows very well, this killing scheme won't be just the visible Gu Shanhe. Just as Lu Xian is thinking, a red narration suddenly appears before his eyes. 3 breaths later, the Gu family assassination ancestor will emerge from the shadows to assassinate Lu Xian. Lu Xian's pupils shrink, he just wants to dodge, but in the shadows behind him, a figure has already emerged silently. That person seems to have grown out of the shadows. Without half a breath, a pitch-black short blade in hand, stabbing straight at Lu Xian's back. This strike is too fast, and too hidden. Almost everyone is attracted by the battle in the air. No one notices the change behind Lu Xian, except for Lu Xiao. Xianer. Lu Xiao suddenly turns his head. He was originally battling Gu Shanhe, but at this moment, he doesn't hesitate in the slightest, taking a palm from Gu Shanhe head-on, his body shifting instantly, blocking in front of Lu Xian. Pfft! The pitch-black short blade stabs into Lu Xiao's shoulder, blood instantly staining his robes. On that short blade, clearly, some kind of poison was applied, the flesh near the wound, instantly turning black. Lu Xian's eyes turn cold. Father. Lu Xiao groans, but doesn't take half a step back. He strikes with one palm, forcing the assassin back. The assassin's figure flickers in mid-air, landing in the shadows not far away. He is thin and gaunt, draped in a black robe, his face withered, like a corpse that climbed out of a grave. Lu Xiao sees the person clearly, his eyes sinking completely. Gu Wuying. Even you came. Hearing this name, the Lu family elders' expressions change. Gu Wuying, one of the ancestors of the Gu family, and an assassination expert who has been famous in the eastern wilderness for many years. It is rumored that when he was young, he entered an ancient killing Dao ruin, mastering an extremely weird shadow-killing technique. He can hide in shadows, conceal his breath, kill people without a sound. Back then, an expert at the great vehicle stage, had his throat cut after being infiltrated by him. Since then, the name of Gu Wuying became a nightmare for many cultivators in the eastern wilderness. It's just that he hasn't appeared for many years. Everyone thought he had long since passed away, but didn't expect he was hidden by Gu Changyuan's side as his protector. Gu Wuying's voice is hoarse. Innate holy body Dao fetus, worth me taking action personally. Lu Xiao's shoulder continues to drip blood, yet his aura doesn't weaken. Instead, it becomes more violent. The Gu family really thinks highly of my son, a protector of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, an ancestor of the Gu family, to kill a teenager. You two old things actually came out together. Gu Shanhe says coldly. Lu Xiao, hand over Lu Xian, and today, perhaps, a path to survival can be left for the Lu family. Lu Xiao laughs loudly. A path to survival? If my Lu family has to rely on handing over our own son to buy a path to survival, then we might as well die fighting here today. As the words fall, the aura in Lu Xiao's body erupts. He actually uses his injured body to kill both Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying, fighting two alone, yet not showing the slightest disadvantage. No, to be precise, Lu Xiao even has the upper hand slightly. His palm seal is open and closing, carrying the domineering power to suppress mountains and rivers. Gu Shanhe faces him head-on, being forced back constantly. Gu Wuying tries to hide in the shadows to sneak attack several times, but is forced out by Lu Xiao in advance. The Lu clan members seeing this, are greatly boosted in spirit. Clan head is mighty, as expected of the clan head. These dogs of the Gu family, did they really think my Lu family has no one? Gu Changyuan's face looks even worse. He originally thought, Lu Xiao had spent a lot of effort for Lu Xian all these years. His strength must not be as good as before, but he didn't expect Lu Xiao to be this strong. Even after taking a blade from Gu Wuying, he can still fight too, occupying the upper hand. If this continues, he might not be able to kill Lu Xian today. Gu Changyuan's gaze shifts, landing on Sheng Guanyun. Sheng Guanyun, his voice is much colder. Are you not going to make a move yet? Sheng Guanyun's expression changes slightly. Holy son, this. Gu Changyuan's eyes are biting with coldness. Today, your Shengguan family stepped on the Lu family's face. Do you think there is any way back? If Lu Xian grows up, the first one he settles with will be the Gu family. The second one destroyed will be your Shengguan family. If you don't make a move now, could it be you are waiting for him to come and kill you in the future? Sheng Guanyun's expression changes. He looks at the phenomenon behind Lu Xian, then at Lu Xiao who is battling in blood, the coldness in his heart growing thicker. Gu Changyuan is right. Today's engagement dissolution. The Shengguan family has offended the Lu family to death. If Lu Xian were just a waste, that would be natural. But now Lu Xian is the innate holy body Dao fetus. Such a genius. Once grown up, the Shengguan family will inevitably be doomed. Since they have already torn their faces, they can only take advantage of him before he grows up, to completely stifle him. Sheng Guanyun grits his teeth, a touch of ruthlessness flashing in his eyes. Shengguan family, obey orders. Assist Gu holy son. Suppress the Lu clan. As the words fall, several elders of the Shengguan family strike at the same time, several strong auras soaring into the sky, killing straight toward the Lu clan elders. The Lu family side, originally able to barely hold on, but as the Shengguan family joins, the situation instantly starts to tilt. The Lu clan elders' pressure increases greatly. Several battlefields are pressed down one after another. Some Lu family disciples are shocked and flying out, blood spilling into the sky. Seeing this, Lu Xiao's eyes are filled with anger that almost burns the heaven and earth. Sheng Guanyun, your Shengguan family is really a bunch of ungrateful dogs. Sheng Guanyun's face is gloomy, yet he does not retreat. Lu Xiao, things have reached this point. Don't blame me. Lu Xiao is extremely angry, but he is firmly entangled by Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying, unable to pull away to help other Lu family members. These two, one attacking directly, one assassinating in the dark. Even for Lu Xiao, he must deal with it with full attention. Gu Changyuan stands in the distance, his gaze fixed fixed on Lu Xian, the killing intent in his eyes becoming more and more intense. Innate holy body Dao fetus, must die. If Lu Xian is allowed to live today, the Gu family will inevitably face a reckoning in the future. Lu Xian stands in the ruins, looking at the battle situation all around, his eyes cooling down little by little. Shangguan family, Gu Chongyuan. Today, these people, he remembers them all. He lowers his head to look at his system interface. Today's modification has been used. Currently, he cannot continue to edit the narration, but he is not panicked, because this is the Lu family, an ancient clan that has produced immortals in the past. Even if it has fallen, it's not something anyone can come and step on. Lu Xian looks toward the deep ancestral land of the Lu family, his voice like thunder, shaking the entire Lu manor. Ancestors, save me. Boom. This sound falls, in the depths of the Lu family. That ancestral land often shrouded in mist, suddenly trembles. Immediately after, an ancient aura that has been sleeping for many years, slowly awakens, as if a sleeping giant beast, opening its eyes in the dark. The entire Lu family, suddenly quiets for an instant. Gu Chongyuan's face changes drastically. Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying also stop their actions, their eyes sinking. Lu Xian looks up, toward the direction of the ancestral land, only to see there, an ancient bronze coffin, slowly rising from the ground, the coffin lid trembling, and an aged yet majestic voice, comes from the coffin. Who dares to bully my Lu family? In the ancestral land, a bronze coffin located on the periphery trembles first, the coffin body modeled, carved with ancient patterns. Creak, the coffin lid slowly moves away, and a thin, withered hand, presses on the edge of the coffin. That hand is so thin that only a layer of skin remains covering the bones. But the moment it falls, the entire ancestral land trembles with it. Immediately after, an old man with white hair slowly sits up from the bronze coffin. He is thin and dried up, his face old, and one can't even feel much vigorous blood aura on his body. But when he opens his eyes, everyone's heart sinks. Those eyes are too bright, like two divine lamps buried in the depths of time, just sweeping a glance over everyone, causing many cultivators of the Shangguan family to subconsciously lower their heads, not daring to meet his gaze at all. Seventh ancestor. The Lu clan members kneel down together, their voices shaking the long sky. This old man who awakened from the bronze coffin is named Lu Zhenyue, the seventh ancestor of the Lu clan. He once oppressed his generation in the eastern wilderness, ascending to the first place on the genius list. If not for a later great Dao injury, he would have long hoped to challenge the tribulation stage. It's just that later, his injuries were hard to heal, his lifespan faded, and he had to seal himself in the ancestral land. This sleep lasted hundreds of years, so long that many in the eastern wilderness thought the seventh ancestor of the Lu clan had already passed away. But now, he has awakened. Lu Zhenyue slowly stands up. He does not look at Gu Shanhe at first, nor does he look at Gu Wuying. His gaze first lands on the blackened wound on Lu Zhao's shoulder. Lu Zhenyue's eyes are slightly cold. Afterward, he looks at Lu Xian. The heavenly book phantom behind Lu Xian has not yet completely dissipated. 3,000 Dao patterns still circulate around his body. That aura belonging to the innate holy body Dao fetus, in harmony with the great Dao of heaven and earth, as if with every breath, he can trigger the resonance of 10,000 Daos. Seeing this scene, that aged face of Lu Zhenyue finally reveals a ripple. Innate holy body Dao fetus. His voice is hoarse, yet carries unconcealable vibration. My Lu clan has actually waited for this day. Lu Xiao says in a low voice. Seventh ancestor. It is Lu Xiao's incompetence that almost failed to protect Xianer. Lu Zhenyue shakes his head. You have already done very well. After speaking, he finally turns around, his aged gaze falling on Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying, two experts at the great vehicle stage, joining hands to stifle the Qilin child just awakened by the Lu family. The temperature in Lu Zhenyue's eyes drops bit by bit. Two old things, bullying me, the Lu clan, as having no one. As the voice falls, Lu Zhenyue disappears from where he stood. Gu Shanhe's face changes drastically, his palms pushing forward violently, vast spirit power condensing into a cyan mountain, blocking in front of him. That cyan mountain is extremely heavy. As soon as it appears, it causes the surrounding air to burst with unbearable explosions. But the next instant, Lu Zhenyue's withered palm has already pressed on that cyan mountain phantom. Crack. The cyan mountain instantly fills with cracks. Gu Shanhe's pupils shrink. Before he can retreat, that thin palm has already pierced through the mountain phantom, landing on his chest. Bang! Gu Shanhe is like being struck by thunder, flying backward hundreds of feet, slamming fiercely into a stone building in the Lu family's outer courtyard. The stone building collapses with a crash, dust rising everywhere. Everyone has not yet recovered from the shock of this strike. Gu Wuying has already integrated into the shadows silently. His breath disappears completely, as if he had never appeared. But Lu Zhenyue does not even turn his head. He only lifts his foot, and steps lightly. Boom! On the ground of the Lu manor, countless shadows explode simultaneously. A black-robed figure is forcibly shocked out of the shadows. Gu Wuying's face changes drastically. A pitch-black short blade held horizontally before him, wanting to borrow the force to escape. But Lu Zhenyue just lifts his hand and grabs. The space around Gu Wuying instantly twists, and his whole body is forcibly fixed in midair. Shadow killing technique? Lu Zhenyue's voice is low. Playing with shadows in front of me. You are not good enough. He tightens his 5 fingers. Crack. The black robe on Gu Wuying shreds inch by inch, the bones in his body making dense cracking sounds. Gu Wuying groans, spraying a large mouthful of black blood. He forcibly triggers a secret technique, his body turning into a phantom, finally breaking free from Lu Xianyue's palm. But as soon as he lands, he kneels on one knee, his chest rising and falling violently. Gu Shanhe walks out of the ruins, his chest collapsed a bit, blood spilling from his mouth, his face gloomy to the point of dripping water. Gu Wuying also covers his chest. In his eyes, there is no longer half of the previous contempt. The two look at Lu Xianyue, their hearts sinking, both being at the great vehicle stage, but there are gaps between them. Although Gu Shanhe is a protector of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, his cultivation is more piled up by Holy Land resources and the Gu family foundation. Gu Wuying is proficient in assassination. What he excels at is hiding in shadows, killing with one strike, not suitable for frontal fighting. But Lu Xianyue is different. He oppressed his generation in the eastern wilderness when he was young. If not for the great Dao injuries, he would have even hoped to challenge the tribulation stage. Such an existence, even if his lifespan is short now, and his blood is withered, is definitely not something ordinary great vehicle stage people can compare to. The Lu clan members watch with blood boiling. 7th ancestor is mighty. Kill these 2 old dogs. The Gu family is bullying us too much. Did they really think my Lu family has no one? Sheng Guanyun's face turns pale. He originally thought, with Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying acting together, and Lu Shao already injured, the Lu family would definitely not be able to hold on. But who could have imagined? The 7th ancestor of the Lu family would wake from the coffin, and the situation would be instantly reversed. 2 great vehicle stage experts were actually oppressed by Lu Xianyue alone. Gu Changyuan's face also completely sinks. He stares fixedly at Lu Xianyue, killing intent surging in his eyes, but no longer having that composure from the beginning. The 7th ancestor of the Lu family's strength exceeded his expectations. More importantly, Lu Xian is still standing there. The innate holy body Dao fetus has already awakened. If he can't kill Lu Xian today, the Gu family will definitely face a great disaster in the future. Gu Shanhe wipes the blood from the corner of his mouth, a cyan Dharma image slowly appearing behind him. That Dharma image is 100 feet tall, holding a giant axe, its aura as heavy as a mountain. At the same time, Gu Wuying also sinks into the dark again. This time, he does not rashly approach Lu Xian, but wanders around Lu Xianyue, looking for flaws. The two cooperate extremely skillfully. Seeing this, Lu Shao is about to step forward, but is blocked by Lu Xianyue lifting his hand. Protect Xianer well. Lu Shao grits his teeth. 7th ancestor, your body. Lu Xianyue does not turn his head. A few jumping clowns still can't consume this old man to death. The words just fell. Gu Shanhe carries the 100-foot Dharma image and kills over. The giant axe slashes across the sky, as if to split the entire Lu manor from the middle. Lu Xianyue lifts his head and glances. Then, he joins his fingers like a sword, and brushes upward lightly. No earth-shaking momentum, only a very thin golden line, flying from his fingertips. The golden line sweeps through the void. That 100-foot Dharma image freezes suddenly. The next moment, the Dharma image splits in two from the middle. Boom! The cyan Dharma image shatters. Gu Shanhe's face turns pale white, blood spraying from his mouth, his figure retreating again. Also at this moment, Gu Wuying strikes. He crawls out from Lu Xianyue's shadow, a pitch-black short blade stabbing straight at Lu Xianyue's neck. This blade is silent, fast to the extreme, but Lu Xianyue seems to have known he would appear there. He doesn't even turn his head, just shakes his sleeve. Boom! Gu Wuying is hit by an invisible air current, a crisp bone-breaking sound coming from his chest, his body flying backward like a broken kite. Before he lands, Lu Xianyue has already lifted his hand and pointed toward him, a golden light piercing through the void. Gu Wuying forcibly twists his body, avoiding the vital point, but that golden light still pierces his left shoulder, exploding his entire arm into blood mist. Ah! Gu Wuying finally lets out a miserable scream. Black blood rains spilling over the long sky. The expressions of the Gu family members all change. Gu Changyuan's eyes also completely sink. Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying joining hands. Still can't stop Lu Xianyue. Is this old thing not going to die soon? Why can he still be this strong? Lu Xianyue walks forward slowly. Every step he takes, Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying retreat a step. Two great vehicle stage experts were actually forced to retreat constantly by an old man who had just climbed out of a coffin. This scene makes the blood in the Lu family members' chests boil. Just now, how high and mighty Gu Changyuan was. Just now, how aggressive the Shengguan family was. But now, a true expert makes a move, and the Gu family duo still has to retreat. Lu Xianyue lifts his eyes to look at Gu Changyuan. That instant, Gu Changyuan's heart tightens fiercely. This look is like looking at a person who should die. Lu Xianyue slowly lifts his hand, a golden palm print condensing in the void. Before the palm print lands, the space around Gu Changyuan begins to show dense cracks. Gu Changyuan's face finally changes. Gu Elder. Gu Shanhe grits his teeth and rushes out. Gu Wuying also enduring his injuries, turning into a black shadow and flashing in front of Gu Changyuan. The golden palm print descends. Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying strike simultaneously to resist. Terrifying spirit power explodes. The entire void seems to have collapsed. Gu Shanhe's arms tremble. The ground beneath his feet crumbles inch by inch. Gu Wuying was already heavily injured. At this moment, he vomits another mouthful of blood. Only by joining forces do they barely manage to block this palm. But the crown on Gu Changyuan's head shatters with a boom in the aftermath. His long hair falls loose, and on his blue-gold robe, there are several more tears. He is extremely disheveled. The Lu family members feel a great sense of satisfaction watching this. Just now, when Gu Changyuan sat in the main hall, how composed he was. And now, under a single palm from the seventh ancestor of the Lu clan, he can only rely on two old things to protect him. Unable to even save his own hair crown, Lu Jinyue stands in midair, his white hair moving with the wind. His thin, withered body, like an insurmountable mountain, blocks the front of Lu Xian and the Lu family members. Gu Shanha's mouth bleeds, his chest heaving violently. Gu Wuying has lost an arm. His aura is visibly weak. In the eyes of the two looking at Lu Jinyue, there is no longer a hint of contempt. Lu Jinyue's gaze is cold and sharp. He closes his 5 fingers again. Since you have come, then stay here today. As the words fall, the golden palm print presses down suddenly. A chill explodes in Gu Changyuan's heart, finally realizing Lu Jinyue is not trying to scare him at all. This seventh ancestor of the Lu clan really intends to suppress and kill him, the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, within the Lu clan. But just as the golden palm print is about to descend completely, a vast bell toll suddenly comes from the distant firmament. Dong! The bell tolls leisurely, shaking the clouds for 10,000 miles. Immediately after, a cyan divine light breaks through the sea of clouds, crossing the sky and arriving. Wherever that divine light passes, the void ripples in layers. A massive ancient boat slowly sails out from the clouds. On the ancient boat, a large cyan flag is hung. At the same time, a majestic voice descends from the ancient boat. Fellow Taoist Lu, hold on. This child cannot be killed yet. The golden palm print hangs 3 feet above Gu Changyuan's head, stopping abruptly. The terrifying pressure still makes Gu Changyuan's face pale, but when he sees that large cyan flag, wild joy finally appears in his eyes. The people from the Tsangshuan Holy Land have arrived. Gu Changyuan's mind, which was tightened to the extreme, finally relaxes. He raises his head again, the fear in his eyes rapidly fading. Replacing it is a kind of twisted resentment and smugness. No matter how strong Lu Jinyue is, after all, it is not the Lu family alone that has the final say here. I, Gu Changyuan, am the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land. Now that the true big figures of the Tsangshuan Holy Land have arrived, would the Lu clan dare to continue killing me? The ancient boat slowly stops. The next moment, 2 figures step through the air from the ancient boat. The leader is dressed in a cyan robe, his face majestic, his eyes as deep as an abyss. Every movement carries the oppressive force of one who has long held a high position. He is the holy master of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, Shao Tianke. Beside him is an old man with white eyebrows. The old man is tall, with his hands behind his back. Although his hair and beard are all white, his aura is terrifyingly vigorous. He is the great elder of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, Zhou Taiwei. As soon as the two appear, the atmosphere of the entire heaven and earth sinks slightly. Seeing the two, Gu Shanha and Gu Wuying, finally relax completely. The fear on Sheng Guanyun's face seems to be suppressed again, and Sheng Guanyu's eyes even shift. The hope that had already fallen to the bottom rises again. The holy master and great elder of the Tsangshuan Holy Land have come in person. With such a lineup, even if the Lu clan has deep foundations, it is impossible to completely ignore them. Lu Jinyue looks at the two, his eyes also sinking slightly. It is true that he was powerful back then, but the Tsangshuan Holy Land is able to secure its position as the top holy land in the eastern wilderness. Naturally, it is not made of paper. The two people in front of him, if you take one out alone, neither is an easy target, especially Shao Tianke. This man has held the Tsangshuan Holy Land for many years. His cultivation is unfathomable, and if they really fought, he might not be much weaker than Lu Jinyue. Beside him, the great elder Zhou Taiwei is also a powerhouse famous for many years. If it were only these two, it would naturally be impossible to annihilate the Lu clan. After all, in the depths of the Lu family's ancestral land, 6 ancestors are still sleeping. But the problem is, most of those ancestors have failing blood and little lifespan left. Unless there is a real crisis of extermination, they must not be easily disturbed. And today, if Shao Tianke and Zhou Taiwei insist on protecting Gu Changyuan, Lu Jinyue might not really be able to suppress and kill Gu Changyuan in front of them. The golden palm print hangs in midair, refusing to fall. Seeing this, Gu Changyuan's courage returns immediately. He raises his hand to wipe the blood from the corner of his mouth, forcefully suppressing the surging blood in his body, and looks up at Lu Jinyue. Lu Jinyue, weren't you very good at fighting just now? He grins, his eyes full of resentment. What's the use of being good at fighting? Mixing in this world, it's about influence and background. No matter how many ancestors your Lu clan has, so what? Behind me, the Holy Sun, is the Tsangshuan Holy Land. The Lu clan members' expressions sink all at once. Gu Changyuan is now disheveled, his robes torn, clearly looking wretched to the extreme. But as soon as the holy master of the Tsangshuan Holy Land arrives, he actually returns to that high and mighty posture again, as if the person who was almost suffocated by Lu Jinyue just now was not him at all. Lu Jinyue looks at him, without a hint of fluctuation in his eyes. The next instant, slap. Slap. A crisp, extremely clear sound of a slap resounds throughout the entire Lu family sky. Gu Chongyuan flies sideways, half of his face swelling up instantly, a few teeth mixed with blood flying out, slamming fiercely onto the stone steps below the ancient boat. Everyone is stunned for a moment. Gu Chongyuan is also stunned. He covers his face, looking at Lu Xinyu in disbelief. Lu Xinyu slowly puts his hand down, his voice hoarse and calm. Background? If you truly have the ability, then let your background save you a second time. Intense resentment appears in Gu Chongyuan's eyes. He struggles to get up, looking at Xiao Tianke and Zhou Taiwei. Holy Master, look at him. The Lu clan dares to humiliate me even in front of you. They don't take the Tsangshuan Holy Land seriously at all. Xiao Tiang's brows wrinkle slightly. He does not answer Gu Chongyuan immediately, but turns his gaze to Lu Xinyu. Fellow Taoist Lu, we haven't met for many years, and your temper is still so fiery. Lu Xinyu sneers. My Lu clan's young master just awakened, only to be assassinated by your Tsangshuan Holy Land's protector, joining hands with the Gu family's old ghost. If it were your Tsangshuan Holy Land's holy son who was assassinated to his face, I'm afraid your temper would be even fierier than mine. Xiao Tiang's eyes shift. His gaze sweeps over Gu Shanhe, and looks at Gu Wuying, who has lost an arm. Gu Shanhe lowers his head, not daring to meet his eyes. Xiao Tiang's expression sinks a bit. Gu Shanhe, you took action. Gu Shanhe's face changes slightly. Holy Master, Gu Chongyuan speaks up immediately. Holy Master, it was the Lu clan who humiliated our Tsangshuan Holy Land first. Lu Xian, relying on the Lu clan's backing, not only destroyed Miss Shangguan's marriage contract, but also humiliated me in public. Elder Gu only took action to test him, not really intending to kill him. Hearing this, Lu Xinyu flashes a look of mockery. Testing? A great vehicle stage protector, taking action against a junior who just awakened? Gu Wuying hiding in the shadows to pierce his heart. You, Gu Chongyuan, call this testing? Xiao Tianke turns to look at Gu Chongyuan. What exactly is going on? Gu Chongyuan's eyes flicker for an instant. He naturally cannot tell the whole truth, so he avoids the serious and dwells on the trivial, simply explaining the matter, starting from Shangguanyu breaking off the engagement, saying that Lu Xian humiliated the Tsangshuan Holy Land, and that the Lu family ancestors suddenly took action to suppress them. He skips over the rest lightly. In his version, he was just accompanying Shangguanyu to break off the engagement, yet was publicly humiliated by the Lu clan, and Gu Shanhe taking action, was only to maintain the dignity of the Tsangshuan Holy Land. After hearing this, Xiao Tianke does not speak immediately. The great elder Zhou Taiwei frowns. He can naturally hear the cover-ups in Gu Chongyuan's words, but Gu Chongyuan is, after all, the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land. In front of outsiders, they cannot immediately tear down their own holy son. Xiao Tianke looks at Lu Xinyu and says slowly, fellow Taoist Lu, Chongyuan's actions today indeed have some impropriety. However, you have already heavily injured Gu Shanhe, crippled one of Gu Wuying's arms, and even slapped Chongyuan in public. In my opinion, why don't we end this matter here? As for Gu Shanhe's actions, I will naturally deal with them after returning to the Holy Land. As for the Lu clan's losses today, the Tsangshuan Holy Land can also compensate. Hearing this, Gu Chongyuan feels dissatisfied in his heart. What does impropriety mean? He is the dignified holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land. When has he ever suffered such humiliation as today? But just as he wants to speak, he is suppressed by a look from Xiao Tianke. Gu Chongyuan can only grit his teeth and shut up. Lu Xinyue's eyes are cold. And here, before he can speak, Lu Xiao has already stepped forward. The wound on his shoulder is still bleeding. His face slightly pale due to the poison entering his body, but his voice is terrifyingly deep. Holy Master Xiao, your words, "end here," are said very lightly. Gu Chongyuan brought people to my Lu clan to break off the engagement, humiliating the face of my Lu clan. Gu Shanhe, with great vehicle stage cultivation, took action against my son. Gu Wuying, hiding in the dark, pointed his blade at my son's heart. If I hadn't blocked that blade just now, my son would already be dead. Lu Zhao's voice gets colder and colder. My son just awakened the innate holy body Dao fetus. He is the future of my Lu clan. If he had died at Gu Chongyuan's hands today, the 10,000-year hope of my Lu clan would have been severed here. Such behavior, is that something you can settle with a simple "end here"? Xiao Tiang's originally calm expression changes suddenly when he hears a few words. Zhou Taiwei also raises his head suddenly. The eyes of the two fall almost simultaneously on Lu Xian. What did you just say? Xiao Tiang's voice is visibly hurried. Lu Xiao says coldly, I said, Gu Chongyuan almost killed my son today. No, the latter part. Xiao Tianke takes a step forward, a hint of unconcealable shock appearing in the depths of his eyes. You said Lu Xian awakened what? Lu Xiao is startled, then sneers. Holy Master Xiao arrived in a timely manner. Yet don't you even know what caused the phenomenon here? My son, Lu Xian, awakened precisely the innate holy body Dao fetus. Boom. As these words fall, the expressions of Xiao Tianke and Zhou Taiwei change at the same time. It's over. Seeing Xiao Tiang's expression, the smile on Gu Chongyuan's face stiffens, a bad premonition suddenly rising in his heart. Xiao Tianke turns his head suddenly, looking at Gu Chongyuan. Gu Chongyuan, the person you wanted to kill just now, is Lu Xian? Gu Chongyuan's face changes. Holy Master, I slap. Before he finished finishes speaking, a crisp slap resounds through the sky. Gu Chongyuan flies sideways, slamming fiercely into the ruins. This slap directly stuns everyone. Even Lu Xian is a bit puzzled. Gu Chongyuan covers his face, his eyes full of disbelief. Holy Master. Xiao Tiang's face is terrifyingly gloomy. You bastard. Do you know, our ancestral instrument sensed an eternal physique born in the eastern wilderness. The ancestor personally gave an order, asking this seat and the great elder to come and recruit him. Before departing, the ancestor exhorted us repeatedly, at any cost, we must invite this person into the Tsangshuan Holy Land. Even if we can't invite him, we must never become enemies with him. Speaking to this point, Xiao Tiang's eyes get colder. As a result, before I even arrived, you led people to kill him at the Lu clan. Are you trying to ruin the 10,000-year opportunity of my Tsangshuan Holy Land? Gu Chongyuan's face instantly loses all color. 10,000-year opportunity. These 4 words are too heavy. He originally thought that he was the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, and that the Tsangshuan Holy Land would stand on his side no matter what. But now, Xiao Tiang's slap has already given him the answer. In front of the innate holy body Dao fetus, he, the holy son, seems not so important. Lu Zhenyue looks at this scene with cold eyes, without putting away his palm print. Xiao Tianke, people from your Tsangshuan Holy Land came to my Lu clan to kill, and now you want to let it pass with a simple misunderstanding? Xiao Tianke looks at Lu Zhenyue, his attitude visibly softened a lot. Fellow Daoist Lu, this matter is indeed Gu Chongyuan's absurd behavior. Gu Shanhe, as a protector, actually let him do as he pleased, which is also a big mistake. This matter, my Tsangshuan Holy Land will definitely give the Lu clan an explanation. After speaking, he looks at Lu Xian again, that originally majestic face, actually revealing a hint of gentleness. Lu Xian, today's matter is our Tsangshuan Holy Land's lack of courtesy first, but Gu Chongyuan's fault does not represent the Holy Land's original intent. This seat came in person this time, precisely to invite you to join the Tsangshuan Holy Land. Lu Xian does not rush to respond. Lu Xiao stands beside him, the wound on his shoulder still untreated, his face still cold and deep. Lu Zhenyue also doesn't speak, just watching Xiao Tianke quietly. Xiao Tianke continues, if you are willing to enter the Tsangshuan Holy Land, this seat can take you as a disciple personally. The secret realms of the Holy Land are yours to practice in. The classic collections of cultivation methods are yours to choose from. Cultivation resources will be supplied according to the highest sequence. As for status, he pauses slightly, then says in a deep voice, as long as you are willing, my Tsangshuan Holy Land can immediately support you as the new holy son. Boom! As soon as this sentence comes out, the entire ruins of the Lu clan become quiet for an instant. The new holy son, Xiao Tiang's words, are almost equivalent to telling Gu Chongyuan to his face, you, this holy son, can be replaced. Gu Chongyuan looks up suddenly, his eyes reddening. Holy Master, I have been in the Holy Land for many years. I have made contributions to the Holy Land, and I have never disgraced the Holy Land. I am already at the void refining stage, with a cultivation base far higher than Lu Xian's. He just awakened his physique. On what basis does he replace me? Xiao Tiang's brows wrinkle slightly. He looks at Gu Chongyuan, his tone much colder than before. Chongyuan, your talent is indeed not bad, but you must understand, there are some gaps in the world that cannot be bridged by a few years of cultivation. The innate holy body Dao fetus exists only in legends. This kind of physique, as long as it doesn't die young, in the future, it can at least support a holy land's prosperity for tens of thousands of years. This was already spoken quite euphemistically. If Lu Xian hadn't agreed to join the Tsangshuan Holy Land yet, Xiao Tianke even wanted to ask directly, what are you, to be worthy of comparing yourself to the innate holy body Dao fetus? Gu Chongyuan understands his meaning, and precisely because he understands, his face looks even uglier. He clenches his fists tightly, his nails almost embedded in his palms. He is the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, but now, in front of Lu Xian, he seems to have suddenly become an old item that can be discarded at any time. Sheng Guanyu stands to the side, feeling a bit dazed. She looks at Lu Xian, and then looks at the gloomy Gu Chongyuan. For the first time, a trace of regret arises in her heart. She came to break off the engagement today, because she felt Lu Xian was already a waste. She felt Gu Chongyuan was the highest branch she could grab. So she, in front of the Lu clan members, let Gu Chongyuan get close. Let Gu Chongyuan humiliate the Lu clan. She wanted to prove that she had cut ties with the Lu clan, wanted to prove she was qualified to stand on higher ground. But now, she realizes, she was wrong to an outrageous degree. It's true that Gu Chongyuan is the holy son of the Tsangshuan Holy Land, but Lu Xian is the one that every holy land is fighting to have. Even Gu Chongyuan's position as holy son might be shaken because of Lu Xian. If she hadn't broken off the engagement, if she hadn't done such extreme things today, then she, now, wouldn't she be the fiancée of the innate holy body Dao fetus? As soon as this thought emerges, in Sheng Guanyu's heart, it feels as if it were grabbed fiercely by someone. She looks at the ashes of the burned marriage contract on the ground, her face becoming uglier and uglier. No, it's not too late. Although the marriage contract is destroyed, the engagement between the two families was set by the elders. As long as Lu Xian is willing to nod, it might not be impossible to salvage. Thinking of this, Sheng Guanyu takes a deep breath, finally gathering the courage to take a step step forward. Lu Xian. As soon as she speaks, the surrounding arguing ceases for a moment. The gazes of everyone fall on her, and Lu Xian also turns his head to look at her. Shang Guanyu forces herself to remain calm, a hint of tenderness squeezed onto her face. The matter just now was me speaking too heavily. Actually, I didn't really want to humiliate you. I just wanted to see whether, when facing the breaking of the engagement, you would completely lose your Dao heart. Lu Xian watches her quietly. Shang Guanyu continues. You also know, the path of cultivation is hard. If you can't even withstand this little blow, then you wouldn't be worth me entrusting my life to. So, those words just now, just consider them a test I set for you. She bites her lips lightly, her voice softening a bit. Now it seems, you have passed. Lu Xian, our marriage contract, perhaps can still continue. As soon as these words come out, the surroundings become silent instantly. The Lu clan members widen their eyes, many almost laughing in anger. A test? It was she who brought Gu Chongyuan to break off the engagement just now. It was she who humiliated Lu Xian in public. It was she who let Gu Chongyuan be disrespectful in the Lu clan's main hall, stepping on the face of the Lu family. Now, seeing Lu Xian awaken the innate holy body Dao fetus, with every holy land fighting to recruit him, she actually says all this was just a test. Where is her shame? Gu Chongyuan turns his head suddenly to look at Shang Guanyu, his eyes chillingly terrifying. But Shang Guanyu doesn't look at him. She only wants to grab the last chance. Lu Xian watches her, without a ripple in his eyes. Shang Guanyu, do you think I am that easy to fool? Just now you brought Gu Chongyuan here to break off the engagement, saying I was unworthy of you. Now seeing me awaken the innate holy body Dao fetus, with every holy land fighting to take me in, and you say it was a test? He lets out a soft laugh. Your cheek is indeed rarer than my physique. Shang Guanyu's face turns deathly white. Lu Xian continues. You latching on to Gu Chongyuan. I don't blame you. People climb to higher places. That's right. But you stepping on the Lu clan's kindness, using my face to curry favor with Gu Chongyuan, and now you want to pretend nothing happened? Shang Guanyu, you think too highly of yourself. His gaze sweeps over her, his tone cold. You are not regretting breaking off the engagement. You are regretting not holding onto a big thigh. He looks up at her, his voice turning completely cold. The marriage contract is destroyed. From today on, you, Shang Guanyu, and my Lu clan, have nothing to do with each other anymore. Also, Lu Xian pauses, and says word by word, you are unworthy. Shang Guanyu stands on the spot, her face pale. Lu Xian's words just now seem to have torn her last layer of shame away. If Lu Xian were still that waste who couldn't cultivate today, she would definitely not have said anything about a test. If Gu Chongyuan had really suppressed the Lu clan today, she would definitely not have said the marriage contract could continue. She would only have stood beside Gu Chongyuan, watching coldly as the Lu clan was stepped into the mud. But now, Lu Xian awakened the innate holy body Dao fetus, fighting to be recruited by various holy lands, so she wants to turn back. Does anyone on the scene not see through this bit of scheming? The Red Sun elder of the Taichu Holy Land glances at her, sneering, breaking off an engagement one moment, and seeing someone's world-shaking talent the next, and saying it was just a test. This kind of cheek is indeed rare. The beautiful woman in palace dress from the Yaoguang Holy Land says indifferently, profit-seeking and ungrateful, with shallow character, for the Taiyin profound body to fall on her. What a pity. The sword-robed man from the Heavenly Sword Holy Land is more direct. This kind of person, their Dao heart is already crooked. No matter how good their talent is, they won't go far. The old scholar from the Wanxiang Academy shakes his head, receiving kindness, without thinking of returning it, instead using one's benefactor as a stepping stone. Clearly haven't read enough books to know how to write the words shame. These words coming from the powerhouses of the major holy lands are equivalent to passing a final verdict on Shang Guanyu. Shang Guanyu's body sways slightly, with not a drop of blood left on her face. Gu Chongyuan's expression is also gloomy. Shang Guanyu's words just now were almost equivalent to stabbing him in the back in public. But at this moment, no one cares about his thoughts. The attention of the major holy land visitors soon returns to Lu Xian. Elder Red Sun speaks. Little friend Lu, Shang Guanyu's matter is just a small interlude. You possess the innate holy body Dao fetus, and the future path is vast. No need to be disturbed by such a person. The beautiful woman from Yaoguang Holy Land also nods. Not bad. What you should really consider now is which inheritance to choose. Shao Tianke stands before the Tsangshuan ancient boat, his expression looking a bit ugly. Gu Chongyuan has caused a great disaster, and the Tsangshuan Holy Land is naturally in the wrong. But with the innate holy body Dao fetus present, he cannot give up. Lu Xian, Shao Tianke says in a deep voice, regarding Gu Chongyuan's matter, the Tsangshuan Holy Land will give the Lu clan an explanation. But what I said before still stands. As long as you are willing to enter the Tsangshuan Holy Land, the position of Holy Sun, the Holy Land's secret realm, highest sequence resources, can all be given to you. Elder Red Sun immediately sneers. Your Holy Son just wanted to kill someone, and you have the nerve to speak now? Shao Tiang's brows sink. Red Sun, Gu Chongyuan's matter. I will deal with it myself. The man from the Heavenly Sword Holy Land gives a snort. Deal with it? If it weren't for the Lu clan's seventh ancestor, little friend Lu would have already been killed by your Tsangshuan Holy Land's protector. Zhou Taiwei frowns. Everyone, recruitment is recruitment. No need to take the opportunity to pick a fight. fight. Elder Red Sun glares. Who is picking a fight? Am I not speaking the truth? Seeing the powerhouses of the Holy Lands about to argue again, Lu Xian finally gives a light cough. Respected seniors. His voice is not loud, but everyone stops. Lu Xian bows. Your kindness, Lu Xian will keep in mind. But today's matter came too suddenly. I just awakened my physique, and the Lu clan has also encountered changes. Joining which Holy Land is a major relationship. I need some time to consider. The powerhouses of the several Holy Lands look at each other. Although all are a bit unwilling, no one continues to force him. The innate holy body Dao fetus is not an ordinary genius. The more forced the snatching, the easier it is to get the opposite result. Elder Red Sun is the first to nod. That should be so. Little friend Lu, take your time considering. Saying this, he takes out a red gold token, and tosses it toward Lu Xian. This is the Taichu token. If you want to come to the Taichu Holy Land, just crush this token, and I will come to pick you up personally. The beautiful woman from the Yaoguang Holy Land also takes out a white jade token. This is the Yaoguang token. The appointment for the baptism in the God Pool is valid at any time. The man from the Heavenly Sword Holy Land tosses a sword-shaped token. Heavenly Sword token. If you want to practice the killing Dao, come find me. The old scholar from the Wanxiang Academy takes out a simple book scroll. This is the Tianzi Pavilion invitation book. If little friend Lu comes to the academy, the Tianzi Pavilion can be opened separately for you for 3 years. The people from the Wuji Dao Palace also send out a black and white Dao token. The Wuji Dao Palace is also willing to wait for you. Token after token hangs before Lu Xian. Each one represents the sincerity of a top-tier power. But now, they have been actively delivered to Lu Xian by the major Holy Lands. This is the weight of the innate holy body Dao fetus. Lu Xian takes them one by one, and bows again. Thank you, seniors. The visitors from the major Holy Lands want to say something more, but Lu Xinyu speaks at this moment. Everyone. The voice is not high, but it makes everyone silent instantly. Lu Xinyu stands before Lu Xian, white hair falling. His aura has clearly become much more vacant, but those eyes are still sharp. I don't care about recruitment. Where Lu Xian goes to which Holy Land is decided by him. But today, Gu Chongyuan came to bully my Lu family. This matter cannot just end like this. As the words fall, Lu Xinyue's aura shakes throughout his body, and in front of Xiao Tianke, he flashes to Gu Chongyuan's front, and strikes with one palm. Gu Chongyuan is startled, hurriedly raising his hands to resist. But how can he be a match for Lu Xinyue? His arms explode into powder instantly. Lu Xinyue's eyes sharpen, just about to strike a second palm. Xiao Tian's expression changes, just about to raise his hand to block. But Lu Xian is one step ahead. Ancestor, no need. As the words fall, Lu Xinyue's hand stops abruptly in midair, looking at Lu Xian with some confusion. He was helping Lu Xian solve a potential enemy, but why did Lu Xian stop him? As soon as these words are spoken, even Xiao Tianke and the others from the Holy Lands look at Lu Xian with surprise. Such a simple truth. They naturally understand. Likewise, they don't believe Lu Xian doesn't understand. Gu Chongyuan is already disheveled by now, but hearing Lu Xian's words, he laughs wildly in his heart. Even if your talent is powerful, so what? Without a brain, you are nothing. Letting me keep my life, you'll have a hard time ahead. The gazes of everyone gather on Lu Xian, only to see Lu Xian speak slowly. It is but a mere Gu Chongyuan. I didn't take him to heart at all. I accept the ancestor's good intentions, but let his head be left for me to take personally. I believe this day won't be long coming. As the words fall, Lu Xian looks at Gu Chongyuan calmly, like looking at a dead man. Hearing Lu Xian's words, the Holy Land visitors are suddenly enlightened. Lu Xinyu strokes his beard, looking at Lu Xian with a smile. Good, as expected of my Lu family's descendant. The Heavenly Sword Holy Master also shows shock. As expected, the awakener of the holy body is no nameless person. Such a Dao heart is truly rare. The Wuji Dao Palace applauds, praising, this child truly has the bearing of someone invincible. Even Xiao Tianke, hearing Lu Xian's words, reveals emotion. If this Lu Xian were the holy son of my Tsangshuan Holy Land, it would be great. Thinking of this, Xiao Tianke glances at Gu Chongyuan beside him with his peripheral vision. Sighing inwardly, Gu Chongyuan naturally sees Xiao Tian's look, but he naturally dares not have any complaints about his own holy master. Staring fixedly at Lu Xian with hateful eyes. Just all talk and no action. I can say it too if I were there. Just wait. One day I will definitely cut you down. After a bit of small talk, the major Holy Lands no longer stay long. Elder Red Sun looks at Lu Xian. Little friend Lu, the Taichu Holy Land awaits your news. The beautiful woman from Yaoguang Holy Land says softly, if you need healing spirit herbs, bring the token and come to Yaoguang. The man from the Heavenly Sword Holy Land glances at Gu Chongyuan, and says coldly, whoever comes to the Lu clan to find trouble again, will be going against my Heavenly Sword Holy Land. After speaking, the visitors from the major Holy Lands leave one after another. Ancient boats break through the sea of clouds, disappearing at the end of the firmament. Finally, only the Tsangshuan Holy Land's ancient boat remains above the Lu clan. Xiao Tianke looks at Lu Xian. Lu Xian, regarding today's matter, the Tsangshuan Holy Land will give the Lu clan an explanation. Lu Xian does not answer, and Lu Xinyu just looks at him coldly. Xiao Tianke knows. Speaking more now is useless. He turns to look at Gu Chongyuan. his face sinking instantly. Still not embarrassed enough, Gu Chongyuan clenches his fists tightly, but dares not refute. Get on. Xiao Tiang's voice is cold. Gu Chongyuan grits his teeth, and follows onto the ancient boat. Before leaving, he takes a deep look at Lu Xian. In those eyes, there is jealousy, there is resentment, and there is unwillingness. Lu Xian looks at him calmly, neither retreating, nor avoiding. Gu Chongyuan failed to kill him today. In the future, the situation will no longer be determined by Gu Chongyuan. Sheng Guanyu also follows onto the ancient boat. She walks very slowly, wanting to look back several times, but not daring to look back, because she finally understands. She can no longer enter Lu Xian's eyes. The Cyan ancient boat breaks through the air and leaves. The Lu clan finally becomes quiet. After a brief silence, the Lu clan members burst into cheers that have been suppressed for a long time. Young master is mighty. Innate holy body Dao fetus. My Lu clan is about to rise again. After today, let's see who dares to say my Lu clan has declined. Some have tears in their eyes. Some laugh up at the sky. Others look at the ruins everywhere, their eyes still carrying lingering fear. Lu Xian stands in the middle of the crowd, but feels no relief in his heart. He won today, but only temporarily. Gu Chongyuan will not let it go. The Shengguan family has completely turned against them, and the competing holy lands seem glorious, but actually represent an even greater whirlpool about to arrive. If the news of the innate holy body Dao fetus spreads, I am afraid it will attract many interested people. The most important thing right now is still to strive to improve his own strength. At this moment, Lu Xiao walks over. The wound on his shoulder has been temporarily sealed, but the poison gas is still surging faintly under the skin. Lu Xian immediately steps forward. Father, your injury. Lu Xiao lifts his hand to press on his shoulder. He looks at Lu Xian, with relief in his eyes, with pride, and with a hint of indescribable sadness. Xianer, you today did very well. A very simple sentence, yet makes Lu Xian's heart tremble slightly. All these years, Lu Xiao sought medicine for him, blocked all outside ridicule for him. Even if he couldn't cultivate, Lu Xiao never let him suffer a bit of grievance. Today, for the first time, Lu Xian truly stood in front of the Lu clan, letting the entire Lu clan see hope. Lu Xiao pats his shoulder. Father said it long ago. My Lu Xiao's son cannot be a waste. Many in the Lu clan hearing this have eyes burning with tears. Lu Jinyue walks over slowly. When suppressing Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying just now, his power was sky high, but at this moment, his aura is visibly much more vacant. White hair falling. The wrinkles on his face seem deeper than when he first came out of the coffin. Lu Xiao is the first to notice that something is wrong. Seventh ancestor. Lu Jinyue waves his hand. No matter. He looks at Lu Xian, his aged eyes carrying relief. Innate holy body Dao fetus. Good. Very good. The old man has been sleeping for hundreds of years. I thought the Lu family's vitality had faded. I never expected that at the very end, I would still be able to see a descendant like you. Lu Xiao's voice tightens. Seventh ancestor. Your aura. Lu Jinyue smiles, but his tone is very calm. I was already a man on the verge of death. The reason I could suppress Gu Shanhe and Gu Wuying just now was not because I still had peak combat power, but because I burned my life force, using my remaining life, to trade for those few palms. Once these words are spoken, the cheers of the Lu family members come to an abrupt stop. Everyone freezes in place. Lu Xiao's expression changes drastically. Seventh ancestor. Lu Xian is also deeply moved. He and the seventh ancestor had never met before, but Lu Jinyue was willing to stake his own life to help him. Lu Jinyue shakes his head. It is worth it. Lu Xian is an innate holy body Dao fetus. He is the Qilin child of our Lu family that is hard to come by in 10,000 years. As long as he lives, the Lu family will have a day of rising again. Being able to protect him today, my life, can be considered not wasted staying until now. Lu Xian stands on the spot, his heart feeling as if it had been hit hard by something. He immediately looks at the top of Lu Jinyue's head. A pale golden narration appears. Lu Jinyue, seventh ancestor of the Lu family, once oppressed the same generation in the eastern wilderness, later self-sealed in the ancestral land due to great Dao hidden wounds. Today, he forcibly left his coffin to protect Lu Xian, burning his remaining life force, forcibly recovering part of his combat power. His blood and vital energy are depleted. His great Dao wounds have relapsed. If his life force is not replenished in time, he will fall back into deathly silence within 3 days, and pass away in 7 days. Pass away in 7 days? Lu Xian's pupils shrink slightly. So, the reason the seventh ancestor could fight two alone just now, was not because his remaining power was still there, it was because he was burning his life. Lu Jinyue knew the cost, but he did not hesitate, because Lu Xian is the future of the Lu family, so he was willing to use his last life force, to block the killing scheme of the Gu family and the Tsangshuan Holy Land for Lu Xian. Lu Zhao's voice trembles a little. Seventh ancestor. I will immediately send someone to the treasure vault to fetch life-replenishing spirit medicines. Lu Jinyue shakes his head. Ordinary spirit medicines are useless to me. My great Dao wounds have dragged on for too long, and today I burned out my life force, which has already damaged my foundation. Lu Xiao, do not waste the clan's resources. The Lu family members' eye sockets turn red. The atmosphere, which was just filled with wild joy because of Lu Xian's awakening, suddenly sinks down. But Lu Xian appears out of place with the crowd. His mouth curls into an arc. If I can see the narration, then what is there to worry about? With the system in my hands, why should I worry about not being able to edit the narration? Why should I worry about not being able to save the ancestor? Are you kidding? Lu Xian speaks slowly. I have a way. Everyone is stunned. Lu Xiao turns his head suddenly. Xianer. Lu Zhenyue also looks at him. Lu Xian lifts his head. His gaze calm, yet unprecedentedly firm. The seventh ancestor burned his life for me. Then I will help the seventh ancestor extend this life back. He looks at the narration beside Lu Zhenyue and says word by word, I have a way to save the seventh ancestor. Once these words fall, everyone is stunned. Lu Xiao turns his head suddenly. Xianer. The Lu family members also look at Lu Xian one after another. But soon, the eyes of many fade away. They naturally hope that Lu Zhenyue can live. But Lu Zhenyue himself said, he only traded for those few palms by burning out his life force. That is not an ordinary injury. Nor is it a loss that can be made up for by ordinary spirit medicines. Life force is withered. Great Tao wounds have relapsed. This kind of injury is almost equivalent to the end of one's destiny. Lu Zhenyue looks at Lu Xian, but a gentle smile appears on his aged face. Good child, seventh ancestor knows. You want to comfort me, he says, gently shaking his head. It is just that for my own body. I know myself clearly. This life should have ended hundreds of years ago. Being able to hold on until today, and seeing you awaken the innate holy body Tao fetus with my own eyes, is already heaven. Not being ungrateful to my Lu family. Lu Zhao's throat tightens. He looks at Lu Xian, his voice dropping a bit. Xianer, seventh ancestor's injury is not an ordinary injury. If it were just poison damage, or loss of blood and vital energy, the Lu family's treasure vault would still have a way. But seventh ancestor burned his life force, damaging his foundation. You just awakened. You don't need to shoulder everything yourself. The Lu family members fall silent. The hope that had risen because of Lu Xian's I have a way seems to sink bit by bit again. Lu Zhenyue looks at Lu Xian, his eyes becoming more kind. Lu Xian, you have this intention. Seventh ancestor is already very happy. This life of mine is not worth much. You are the future of the Lu family. As long as you live well, my leaving the coffin today will not have been in vain. Lu Xian slowly lifts his head. His voice is not high, but it falls clearly into the ears of every Lu clan member. Seventh ancestor, father, I am not comforting you. Lu Xiao is startled. The smile on Lu Zhenyue's face also pauses slightly. Lu Xian takes a step forward, his gaze unprecedentedly firm. You think it's impossible, because you haven't seen my method. But I say I can save him. Then I definitely can. He looks at Lu Zhenyue. Every word, decisive and unyielding. The seventh ancestor burned his life for me. Then I will help the seventh ancestor extend this life back. I can. Inside the Lu clan's ancestral hall, everyone's gaze falls on Lu Xian. Lu Xian looks at Lu Zhenyue, his voice very steady. Ancestor, I will prepare for one day first. Tomorrow, I will treat you. The ancestral hall is quiet for a moment. Many Lu clan members are stunned. Treatment, great Tao wounds, can still be treated. Lu Zhenyue also looks at Lu Xian. On his aged face, first a slight surprise, then a gentle smile. Good child, having this intention is enough. He says it very lightly, like coaxing a junior who doesn't want to admit defeat. But in fact, Lu Zhenyue doesn't hold much hope in his heart. His own body, he knows best. His great Tao hidden wounds have dragged on for hundreds of years, already deep into the foundation. And today he forcibly burned his life force, in exchange for short-term combat power. Now, let alone curing it, even resealing back into the ancestral land, might not last too long. Lu Xiao stands to the side, his expression also complex. He looks at Lu Xian, his heart feeling both relieved and worried. Lu Xian is hidden too deeply. Innate holy body Tao fetus. Who would have thought that his son, who couldn't cultivate for 16 years, would hide such world-shocking talent? But talent is talent. Medical skill is medical skill. Medical Tao requires cultivation since childhood, identifying medicines, observing pulses, refining pills, extending life. Which one of these is not reliant on years of accumulation? Lu Xiao has never seen Lu Xian read medical books, let alone see him come into contact with any medical Tao inheritance. Now that Lu Xian says he can save the seventh ancestor, how could Lu Xiao not be suspicious? What's more, the seventh ancestor suffered great Tao wounds. This kind of injury, even if that medical immortal senior who entered the Tao through medicine and shook the eastern wilderness arrived, I am afraid they would not necessarily dare to say they had a way. But these words, Lu Xiao does not say them out loud. He does not want to discourage Lu Xian. Today's Lu Xian has already given the Lu family too many surprises. Even if just to not let down Lu Xian's good intentions, he is willing to let Lu Xian try. Lu Xiao is silent for a moment, and asks, Xianer, what do you need to prepare? Before Lu Xian can speak, an aged and urgent voice rings out in the ancestral hall. Clan head, this must not happen. It is the first elder of the Lu family, Lu Huaishan. Lu Huaishan's robes are still stained with blood. When the Gu family and the Shengguan family joined forces to suppress them just now, he also took action several times, blocking attacks for Lu Xian. So Lu Xian knows, the first elder is not targeting him. He is just cautious, considering it for the Lu family. Lu Huaishan takes a step forward, his brows tightly locked. Young master awakened the innate holy body Tao fetus. This is the greatest joy my Lu family has had in 10,000 years. But treating defeating the seventh ancestor is not child's play. The seventh ancestor's injury is in his great Tao foundation, consuming his innate life force. This is not a few stalks of spirit medicine, or a few bold words that can save him back. Many Lu clan members around echo in low voices. That's right, seventh ancestor's injury is too heavy. If it were ordinary poison, it would be fine. But this is a great Tao wound. The young master just awakened. What if he forcibly takes action, and ends up hurting himself instead? Obviously, everyone thinks Lu Xian's method to treat Lu Zhenyue is to consume the origin of his own innate holy body Tao fetus. Lu Huaishan listens to these voices, becoming more firm. He turns to look at Lu Shao, saying in a deep voice, "Clan head, instead of letting the young master mess around, it would be better to let the seventh ancestor reseal himself in the ancestral land. As long as the seventh ancestor can be preserved for a period of time, if the Lu family encounters a great disaster again in the future, the seventh ancestor might still be able to take action once." Once this was said, the ancestral hall becomes quiet immediately. Many elders show expressions of thought. This method sounds cruel, but for the current Lu family, it is indeed the most secure. As long as the seventh ancestor is still alive, he is the Lu family's trump card. Even if he cannot easily take action, he can still deter many petty people. Lu Zhao's expression also becomes serious. He does not immediately refute. He is a father, but also the Lu clan head. He trusts Lu Xian, but he must also consider for the entire Lu family. Lu Xian looks at Lu Huaishan. "First elder, I understand what you mean." Lu Huaishan says in a deep voice, "Young master, you don't understand. I know you awakened the innate holy body Tao fetus today, and have your own pride. But pride cannot be used to gamble with the ancestor's life. Much less can you use your foundation to gamble," he says to this point, his tone already becoming heavier. "You are the future of the Lu family. The seventh ancestor burned his life to protect you. If you now hurt yourself to save the seventh ancestor, then what is the point of the seventh ancestor leaving the coffin today?" Lu Xian is not angry. He knows Lu Huaishan says these words without any selfishness. Therefore, he only says calmly, "First elder, I am not joking. I have a unique method." Lu Huaishan's brows lock even deeper. "What unique method? Young master, I am not trying to stop you at all costs, but you must make it clear. Medical Tao methods, Dan Dao's secret techniques, or the special divine abilities of the holy body Tao fetus?" Lu Xian is silent for a moment. He cannot reveal the blue-green modifier system, nor can he explain the narration he sees. Therefore, he can only say, "I cannot say. It involves a great secret." Lu Huaishan's face sinks immediately. "Nonsense. If you can't even say the method, how can you make us believe you? Seventh ancestor is not an ordinary patient. He is the ancestor of my Lu family. Young master, you have already proven your talent today, but this does not mean you can use a single sentence, 'I have a way,' and make everyone follow you in a gamble." Lu Huaishan says these words heavily. The atmosphere in the ancestral hall suddenly becomes tighter. Lu Shao is just about to speak, but Lu Zhenyue slowly lifts his hand. "Alright." The voice is not high, but it makes everyone stop. Lu Huaishan bows his head hurriedly. "Seventh ancestor, I know." Lu Zhenyue glances at him, his tone calm. "You are considering it for the Lu family, and you are also considering it for me, but sealing back in is useless." Lu Huaishan's face changes. "Seventh ancestor." Lu Zhenyue shakes his head gently. "My own body. I know best. Today I burned my life force, which has already moved my foundation. Even if I reseal into the coffin now, it would only be dragging out my wretched existence for a few more days. When the Lu family truly encounters a great disaster next time, I might not be able to wake up again." Once these words fall, the faces of many in the ancestral hall turn pale. They actually all thought of this possibility, but no one was willing to admit it. Lu Zhenyue looks at Lu Xian, his aged eyes carrying a bit of a smile. "Since Xianer wants to try, then let him try. This life of mine was originally picked up. If I can truly live a few more days, it is a gain. If not, there is nothing to lose." Lu Huaishan opens his mouth, but in the end, cannot say a single word. Seventh ancestor himself has already said this. What else can he stop? In the end, he can only bow his head. "Yes." Lu Shao takes a deep breath, looks at Lu Xian. "Xianer, what do you need?" Lu Xian says, "Life-replenishing spirit medicines. The older the year, the better. And prepare another medicine cauldron." Lu Shao nods. "Good. Open the treasure vault. Send all life-replenishing spirit medicines to Xianer's courtyard." "Yes." Several clansmen immediately retreat. Lu Xian bows to Lu Zhenyue, then turns and leaves the ancestral hall. Lu Shao follows behind him. Along the way, Lu Shao wants to ask several times, but the words come to his lips, and he suppresses them back, until cases of spirit medicines are sent into the courtyard. Lu Xian speaks. "Father, do not let anyone disturb me tonight." Lu Shao looks at him. "Xianer, do you really have certainty?" Lu Xian nods. "I do." Lu Shao is silent for a moment. In the end, he just pats his shoulder. "Good. Father believes in you." After speaking, Lu Shao turns and leaves. The courtyard gate closes. Lu Xian stands alone before the medicine cauldron. In front of him are arranged the spirit medicines sent from the Lu family treasure vault. Millennium green wood ginseng, earth pulse spirit milk, green blood vine, mysterious yang jade marrow. These things are all very precious. Just one stalk taken outside is enough to make many cultivators fight until their heads break. But Lu Xian knows, relying relying on these spirit medicines alone cannot save Lu Xinyu. These things can at most replenish blood and vital energy, and add life force, but they cannot replenish the severed life destiny, nor can they cure hundreds of years of great Tao hidden wounds. The one who can truly save the seventh ancestor is not these spirit medicines, but the system. Lu Xian lifts his hand, throwing the spirit medicines one by one into the cauldron. Looking at it, he really just throws the spirit medicines into the cauldron, brewing them into a bowl of soup. If Lu Huaishan were here, I am afraid he would be angered into saying he was messing around again. But Lu Xian does not care. After all, this is just a means to cover up the system. This night, not many people in the Lu family sleep. Lu Huaishan guards outside the ancestral hall, his expression heavy. He still does not believe Lu Xian can save the seventh ancestor back. But the seventh ancestor has already nodded. He cannot stop it anymore. Lu Shao also stands outside the small courtyard for a long time. He looks at the faint spirit fire light shining from the courtyard. A thought repeatedly flashes through his heart. Can this work? A bowl of soup, a few stalks of spirit medicine. Can it really save back a great vehicle stage ancestor who has suffered a relapse of great Tao wounds and burned out his life force? The next morning, inside the Lu family ancestral hall, the core clansmen of the Lu family gathered early. Lu Xinyu sits in the hall. Compared to yesterday, the aura on his body is even weaker by a few points, but there is not much gloom on his face. He is even still talking with Lu Shao and Lu Huaishan. Why are you all making such bitter faces? Lu Xinyu smiles. I am not dead yet. Lu Shao smiles barely. Lu Huaishan also says in a low voice, seventh ancestor is right. But the smiles of both are very forced. Anyone can see, they are just not wanting to make the atmosphere heavier. If the seventh ancestor truly cannot hold on, the Lu family will be missing a pillar again. And Lu Xian just awakened. With countless storms and rains ahead, the Lu family is too much in need of Lu Xinyu to continue living. Just at this moment, footsteps come from outside the ancestral hall. Everyone lifts their heads to look. Lu Xian has arrived. He is carrying a white jade bowl. Inside the bowl is a blue-green medicinal soup. The medicinal aroma is not very strong, but carries a trace of gentle life force. Lu Xian walks all the way to Lu Xinyu. Seventh ancestor. Drink it. Lu Xinyu looks at that bowl of soup, then looks at Lu Xian, and laughs. Good. He does not hesitate, takes the jade bowl, and drinks it slowly. Lu Shao looks at that bowl of medicinal soup, his heart sinking slightly. Those spirit medicines are indeed precious, but definitely not to the point. Lu Huaishan cannot help but frown. Everyone holds their breath, looking at Lu Xinyu. One breath, two breaths. There is no change at all. The atmosphere in the ancestral hall starts to sink bit by bit, but Lu Xian is always very calm. He looks at the top of Lu Xinyu's head. The narration appears. Lu Xinyu, once oppressed the same generation in the eastern wilderness, later self-sealed in the ancestral land due to great Tao hidden wounds. Today, he forcibly left his coffin to protect Lu Xian, burning his remaining life force, forcibly recovering part of his combat power. His blood and vital energy are depleted. His great Tao wounds have relapsed. Passes away in 7 days. Such injuries, no matter how superb the medical skill, there is absolutely no way. But unfortunately, what I use is not medical skill, but the system. Lu Xian mutters in his heart. System. The system interface appears quietly. Detected that the target has consumed life-replenishing spirit medicines. Can borrow the medicine power as a lead. Modify destiny. Whether to modify. Passes away in 7 days to life force recast. Great Tao wounds healed. Cultivation further improved. Modification requires 500,000 top-grade spirit stones. Although the spent spirit stones are several times more than yesterday, but Lu Xian does not have a shred of hesitation. Yes, the next instant, an invisible power gushes out from Lu Xinyu's body, merging into his 4 limbs and 100 bones. Lu Shao is the first to notice something wrong. Seventh ancestor. Lu Huaishan's originally tightly locked brows also stiffened suddenly at this moment. He just felt Lu Xian was messing around. But now, that deathly aura on Lu Xinyu's body, which almost couldn't be covered, has truly started to dissipate. This. Lu Huaishan's lips move, his voice even trembling a bit. How can this be possible? No one answers him. Everyone in the ancestral hall cannot speak a word at this moment, because they witness with their own eyes. Lu Xinyu's withered and pale face is recovering color bit by bit, and that aura on his body, which should have been at the end of his rope, has disappeared without a trace. The next moment, boom! Inside Lu Xinyu's body, suddenly comes a low rumble. A pressure far more solid than before slowly diffuses from Lu Xinyu's body. Inside the ancestral hall, tables and chairs tremble, lamp flames sway. Several Lu clansmen with slightly weaker cultivation change expressions, shocked back half a step by this aura. Lu Huaishan's pupils shrink. This aura. He looks at Lu Shao suddenly, almost unable to believe the judgment in his heart. Lu Shao freezes on the spot. He gazes at Lu Xinyu, his fingers trembling slightly. Even if he saw it with his own eyes, he still feels like he is dreaming. Even if Lu Xian brought him such a big surprise yesterday, he still does not believe Lu Xian truly has the ability to treat Lu Xinyu. But now, Lu Xinyu sits right there, renewed with life force, and Lu Xinyu himself is even more shocked than everyone. He closes his eyes, feeling his body. A moment later, he opens his eyes suddenly. In his eyes appears for the first time a shock bordering on loss of composure. It's gone. Lu Lu Xiao's voice trembles. Seventh ancestor, what is gone? Lu Xingyue lifts his head slowly, looking at Lu Xian. His voice is hoarse, but clearly enters everyone's ears. The great Dao wounds that tormented me for hundreds of years are gone. The ancestral hall falls into instant silence. Everyone is like being struck by thunder, freezing on the spot. Great Dao wounds are gone. That is great Dao wounds. That is the fundamental injury that could let a great vehicle stage expert self-seal for hundreds of years, and eventually wait for death. But now, it was actually cured by Lu Xian. Lu Xingyue looks at Lu Xian, his face full of shock, just about to praise him. Lu Xian interrupts him. Ancestor, don't rush. It's not over yet. Everyone hears this. All are stunned. What do you mean it's not over yet? Lu Xingyue is also a bit confused. This wound is already cured. What does it mean it's not over yet? But before he can ask, his body lets out another low rumble. Boom. The void behind Lu Xingyue vibrates slightly. A stronger, more stable, and heavier aura than when he left the coffin yesterday diffuses completely. Above the ancestral hall, suddenly, thunder clouds surge. The originally clear sky darkens suddenly at this moment. Streaks of purple lightning roam in the depths of the clouds, as if some kind of heaven and earth will has been startled. Lu Xiao looks up suddenly. His expression changes drastically. Lu Huaishan exclaims, "Tribulation thunder clouds." Once this is said, the expressions of everyone in the ancestral hall change. Tribulation thunder clouds. Does this mean ancestor has broken through? The ancestral hall falls into instant silence. Everyone is like being struck by thunder, freezing on the spot. Great Dao wounds are gone. Life force recast. This is already shocking enough. But now you tell me, Lu Xian's medicinal soup also made the ancestor break through? Is this still human? Lu Xingyue looks down at his hands. Even he himself is dazed. In those aged eyes, appears for the first time a shock bordering on loss of composure. I am about to break through the realm. Lu Xingyue was originally a great vehicle peak expert. Breaking through naturally means the Lu family will have one more tribulation stage. This is the top combat power of the Tianxian world. Lu Xiao's eye sockets redden, suddenly laughing up at the sky. Good. My son Lu Xian has the bearing of a medical immortal. As this sound falls, all the Lu clansmen in the ancestral hall boil over. Bearing of a medical immortal. Young master truly has the bearing of a medical immortal. Seventh ancestor is about to break through to tribulation. Heaven protects the Lu family. Heaven protects the Lu family. Lu Xingyue lifts his hand and waves. A heavy pressure instantly covers the entire ancestral hall, temporarily isolating the aura of the surging tribulation clouds outside. After all, he is not an ordinary cultivator. Even if the breakthrough came suddenly, he also quickly suppresses the shock in his heart. All be quiet. Everyone in the ancestral hall stops talking instantly. Lu Xingyue's gaze sweeps over the crowd, his voice steady, but carrying unprecedented majesty. My breakthrough must not be leaked. Everyone's heart trembles. Lu Xingyue continues. Externally, just say, I forcibly took action yesterday. My great Dao wounds relapsed, and I have little life left. Saying this, he sneers. I want to see which petty people want to take advantage of this time to make a move on the Lu family. The Lu clansmen suddenly understand. If the outside world thinks Lu Xingyue has little life left, there will naturally be those who cannot help but test the Lu family. But who would have thought? Lu Xingyue not only didn't die, but has already stepped into the tribulation stage. When the time comes, whoever stretches out their hand will have it chopped off. Lu Huaishan bows first. Yes. The others also say in unison. Yes. Lu Xingyue then looks at Lu Xian again, smiling with relief. Lu Xian, you are truly the Qilin child of my Lu family. Inside the Lu clan's ancestral hall, the aura on Lu Xingyue's body gradually, but even so, the gazes of all the Lu clansmen in the ancestral hall looking at him still carry unconcealable excitement. Seventh ancestor has recovered. Not only are his great Dao wounds healed, but he even stepped into the tribulation stage from the great vehicle stage to the Lu family. This significance is too great. A tribulation stage ancestor sitting in charge, and a great vehicle stage ancestor about to pass away sitting in charge, are completely different things. Lu Xingyue moves his palms, feeling the power surging again in his body, his eyes still retaining a bit of shock. He has lived for so many years, experienced ups and downs, and seen many stunningly brilliant people, but like Lu Xian, a bowl of soup down, directly curing great Dao wounds, and even pushing him into the tribulation stage by the way, he truly has never seen it. Lu Xiao stands to the side, looking at Lu Xian with eyes completely different from usual. In the past when he looked at Lu Xian, he was looking at his own son. Even if Lu Xian couldn't cultivate, he also thought about protecting him for a lifetime. But now, he suddenly discovers, this son of his, seems to have started to support the Lu family in return. The excitement in the ancestral hall lasts for a long time, before gradually subsiding. Lu Xingyue sits down again, saying in a deep voice, regarding today's matter, still do as was just said. Externally, only say my great Dao wounds relapsed, and I have little life left. As for my recovery, or even breaking through to tribulation, whoever dares to leak half a word, will be dealt with by clan rules. Lu Huaishan bows immediately. Seventh ancestor, rest assured, this matter concerns the life and death of the Lu family, and will definitely not spread from the clan. Lu Xiao also nods. I will personally restrain the clansmen. Lu Xian stands to the side, hearing this, suddenly speaks. speaks. Seventh ancestor. Father. First elder. Actually, there is one more thing. The three look at him simultaneously. After experiencing the scene just now, when Lu Xian now says there is a thing, no one dares to take it as a trivial matter. Lu Xiao's expression shifts. Xiener, what is it? Lu Xian thinks about it, and says, in the ancestral land, are there not other ancestors sleeping? Once this sentence falls, Lu Jinyue's gaze slightly condenses. Lu Huaishan is also stunned for a moment. In the Lu family ancestral land, indeed, there is more than one ancestor like Lu Jinyue, but most of those ancestors have exhausted their lifespans, or suffer from great Dao hidden wounds, and would not easily wake up unless there is a crisis of extinction. To put it bluntly, they do not want to come out, but they dare not come out. Once leaving the coffin, it means their already meager lifespan continues to fade. If they take action again, they might even pass away on the spot. Lu Jinyue looks at Lu Xian. An extremely absurd thought suddenly rises in his heart, but that thought is too shocking. Even he himself does not dare to believe it. His voice drops a bit. Xiener, do you mean? Lu Xian nods. I can help them recover. The ancestral hall falls into instant silence. Lu Zhao's eyes widen suddenly. Xiener, is this true? Lu Huaishan is even more frozen on the spot. He just saw Lu Xian save Lu Jinyue back. Naturally, knowing Lu Xian is not speaking casually, but precisely because of this, he is even more shocked. One Lu Jinyue recovering, already let the Lu family have an extra tribulation stage. If those ancestors who once slept in the depths of the ancestral land, and could only wait for their lifespans to be exhausted, were all to leave their coffins one by one, recover combat power, and even like Lu Jinyue, blessed by misfortune, go one step further, then the strength of the Lu family, I am afraid it would not fear the Holy Lands. Lu Huaishan is so excited that his beard is crooked. If the young master can truly let the ancestors recover, the strength of my Lu family will be more than just a step up. This is going to resuppress the eastern wilderness. Lu Xiao also has rapid breathing. He originally thought Lu Jinyue recovering was already a huge surprise. Never expected. This was just the beginning. Lu Jinyue stares at Lu Xian, on his face, rarely showing shock. He knows better than anyone the situation in the ancestral land. Those old fellows are even older than him, and most of their combat power is above his. It's just that they are more heavily injured, and sleep more deeply. If Lu Xian can truly let them wake up one by one, and recover, then the foundation of the Lu family will skyrocket to a terrifying degree in a short time. However, Lu Xian does not let them stay excited. He soon adds a sentence. However, the situation of other ancestors should not be exactly the same as the seventh ancestor. The seventh ancestor this time is just having burned life force. The injury changes relatively clearly, so we could borrow the medicine soup as a lead. Other ancestors have slept for many years. Their injuries are deeper. At that time, I am afraid we cannot rely on a single bowl of medicinal soup. Lu Xiao immediately becomes a bit calmer. Lu Jinyue also nods slightly. This is reasonable. If Lu Xian could truly brew a bowl of soup at will, and save all the ancestors in the ancestral land back, that would be too shocking. Lu Xian continues, I need to use my own power. Each treatment of an ancestor requires consuming quite a bit of energy, so I cannot cure them all at once. I am afraid it will take some time to let the ancestors in the ancestral land recover one by one. Hearing this, Lu Jinyue instead feels relieved. No matter, this is already very good. If they can be cured, it is already a huge fortune. Lu Huaishan also nods hurriedly. Yes, the ancestors could only originally self-seal in the ancestral land, quietly waiting for their lifespans to exhaust. With the young master here, they at least have a chance to wake up. Saying this, he cannot help but laugh. This is simply letting the ancestors experience a second spring. Lu Jinyue glances at him. If you can't speak properly, shut up. Lu Huaishan coughs drily immediately, but the smile on his face cannot be suppressed at all. Lu Xiao thinks more. He looks at Lu Xian, his tone serious. Xiener, this matter cannot be rushed. You just awakened the innate holy body Dao fetus, and your foundation also needs to be solidified. Saving the ancestors is naturally important, but you cannot hurt yourself because of it. If you can cure one in a month, that is already a huge fortune for the Lu family. Lu Jinyue also nods. Not bad. Even if it takes a year to cure one, it is enough for the Lu family to slowly recover its vitality. Those old fellows in the ancestral land have already waited for so many years. It won't make a difference for these few years. Lu Huaishan says hurriedly. Yes, young master must not force yourself. You are the greatest hope for the future of the Lu family. The three of them say one sentence after another. The tones are all very solemn. They are truly afraid that Lu Xian will hurt his own foundation for the sake of recovering the ancestors. Lu Xian listens to their words, silent for a while. He knows they misunderstood. The so-called cannot cure all at once. It is not because he needs to rest for several months, but because the system can only edit once a day. At least for now it is like this. He needs to wait for the daily count to refresh. Lu Xiao sees Lu Xian is silent, thinking he is estimating his own endurance limit, so he asks with a softened tone, Xiener, so roughly how long will it take? Lu Huaishan also looks over. Lu Jinyue similarly waits seriously. The ancestral hall becomes quiet. Lu Xian thinks about it, and says truthfully, roughly one per day. Lu Xiao nods subconsciously. One per day. That's alright. Although not as fast as imagined, it is already very good. He finishes finishes speaking, the ancestral hall becomes quiet for an instant. The smile on Lu Huaishan's face stiffens. The hand Lu Xingyue was holding the teacup with also stops in midair. The three of them seem to have realized something at the same time. Lu Xiao slowly turns his head, looking at Lu Xian. One per day. Lu Huaishan's mouth twitches. Young master, what you are saying is treating one ancestor a day. Lu Xian nods. About that. Bang! The teacup in Lu Xinyue's hand shatters instantly. He stares at Lu Xian. Where is there any composure left of a tribulation stage ancestor? Lu Xiao is completely frozen. Lu Huaishan's beard is almost flying up. What? The three elders speak almost simultaneously in disbelief. One a day. Lu Xian watches their reaction, hesitating slightly. Is it slow? Inside the ancestral hall, the three fall into silence at the same time. Slow? Do you call this slow? Lu Xinyue stares at Lu Xian, and after a long while, he manages to squeeze out. Do you know how those old things in the ancestral land would react if they heard this sentence? Lu Xian thinks for a moment. Happy? Lu Xinyue takes a deep breath. No, they would flip their coffin lids. Lu Huaishan is so excited that he paces back and forth. One a day, if he can truly restore one ancestor a day. Speaking to this point, his voice is trembling. My Lu family, why worry about not flourishing? Lu Xiao looks at Lu Xian, suddenly wanting to laugh, yet unable to speak. Yesterday, he was still worrying that the Lu family couldn't protect Lu Xian in the future. Now it's fine. Lu Xian tells him that he can save one ancestor a day. Lu Xiao exhales slowly, and in the end, cannot help but pat Lu Xian's shoulder. Xianer, father suddenly feels now that Gu Chongyuan and the others managed to walk out of the Lu family alive yesterday. They were truly lucky. Lu Xinyu sneers. What's the rush? Let them live for a few more days. When those old things in the ancestral land wake up, then we will settle the accounts with them slowly. A sharp light flashes in Lu Huaishan's eyes. Does the seventh ancestor mean? Lu Xinyu gazes toward the direction of the ancestral land, where the mist is deep, and bronze coffins still sleep in the depths of the restricted area. Don't make it public yet. To the outside, I am still suffering from a relapse of great Dao wounds, and have little life left. Lu Xian will awaken one ancestor every day, and restore them in secret. When the Gu family, the Shengguan family, or other forces cannot help but reach out, Lu Xinyue's voice is cold. Then let them see whether this Lu family tiger is truly old, or just taking a nap. In the following days, deep in the Lu family ancestral land, it was almost never truly quiet. The Lu family ancestors who sealed themselves in the ancestral land woke up from their slumber one after another. At the very beginning, their reactions were almost identical. The Lu family is in trouble. Who dares to bully my Lu family? Generally, unless the clan is facing extinction, the Lu family would not easily awaken them. So, every time an ancestor woke up, their first reaction was that the Lu family had reached a life or death moment. But when they heard Lu Xiao finish the story, everyone fell silent again. The sixth ancestor, Lu Qingya, sneers. Absurd. My great Dao wound has dragged on for over 1,000 years. Back then, even the alchemy grandmaster of the Taichu Holy Land was helpless. A junior who just awakened, how could he possibly treat it? The fifth ancestor, Lu Wanjun, also frowns. Innate holy body Dao fetus. I believe it. That phenomenon yesterday could be sensed even in the depths of the ancestral land. But treating great Dao wounds, not to mention a teenager, even that medical immortal from history who entered the Dao through medicine, would not necessarily dare to say such a thing. Several ancestors who had just awakened spoke one after another, almost leaving Lu Xiao speechless. Until the ancestors saw Lu Xinyu, their expressions changed, and naturally, the law of true fragrance, the phenomenon of reversing one's stance, was triggered. In the following days, Lu Xian kept going back and forth between the ancestral land and his small courtyard. Those Lu family ancestors who had slept for many years, with withered life force and entangled injuries, one by one recovered, and their strength reached a new level. With this, the Lu family gained 7 more tribulation stage experts, and not ones who were on the verge of death, but those in their prime. You must know that tribulation stage experts are the top combat power in the Tianxian world. To put it bluntly, the top combat power of the Lu family now can compete with those holy lands, and all of this was Lu Xian's credit. In the Lu family main hall, Lu Xiao, Lu Huaishan, Lu Xinyu, and several recovered ancestors gathered together, Lu Xian also standing among them. The gaze the ancestors looked at him with was already completely different from the beginning. At first, they looked at Lu Xian as a junior, later, as a genius who awakened the innate holy body Dao fetus. But now, there is even a hint of solemnity in their eyes. After all, which family's descendant can drag a group of ancestors who are about to pass away back from their coffins one by one? Lu Wanjun cannot help but sigh with emotion. I have lived for so many years, and this is the first time I feel that my own life was saved by a junior. Lu Qingya also nods. With such a descendant, the Lu family is blessed by the ancestors. Lu Xiao listens to these words, feeling a pride he can barely suppress, but he remembers something, looks at Lu Xian and says, Xianer, you have been busy restoring the ancestors these few days, and have delayed your own cultivation. Although you awakened the innate holy body Dao fetus, you still have not truly selected a cultivation method. Lu Xinyu nods. Not bad. No matter how strong the physique, it needs a cultivation method to guide it. Tomorrow Tomorrow, you go to the family library pavilion. Although the Lu family is not in its prime, the library pavilion still houses many cultivation methods passed down by ancestors. Lu Huaishan also says, the young master has not formally cultivated yet. He should indeed select a few suitable methods. Several ancestors discussed for a while, finally deciding to let Lu Xingyue serve as Lu Xian's protector. The importance of Lu Xian now exceeds anyone in the Lu family, even these ancestors. Therefore, having the tribulation stage Lu Xingyue as a protector could not be more appropriate. Early the next morning, Lu Xiao personally brought Lu Xian to the library pavilion, with Lu Xingyue following on the side. The library pavilion is located on the back mountain of the Lu family, 9 stories high, built entirely of black spirit wood. The pavilion is covered in ancient array patterns, looking from afar, like a giant beast sleeping on the mountainside. This is one of the true core strongholds of the Lu family, where most of the cultivation methods, techniques, and secret arts passed down by the ancestors are stored. Today, Lu Xian was brought here by the clan head in person. Before the library pavilion, the guarding elder had been waiting for a long time. Greetings, clan head. Greetings, 7th ancestor. Greetings, young master. Lu Xiao nods. Open the pavilion. The guarding elder takes out the array command token, dropping it into the slot of the pavilion door. The array patterns outside the library pavilion light up slowly, and an ancient aura emanates from the pavilion. Lu Xiao looks at Lu Xian, explaining, the library pavilion has an innate talent array passed down by the ancestors. When a Lu clan disciple enters the pavilion, the array will judge their talent and aptitude automatically, and trigger corresponding phenomena. Afterwards, based on the array's judgment, it will provide the most suitable cultivation method. Lu Xian nods. Understood. Lu Xingyue stands to the side, a hint of interest in his eyes. When he entered the library pavilion back then, he also triggered a phenomenon. That time, the array drew out 900 cultivation methods for him, including the Xingyue ancient scripture that later made him famous in the eastern wilderness. 900 methods. Looking at the disciples of the Lu family through the generations, already counts as world-shaking. But now, with Lu Xian, Lu Xingyue is a bit uncertain. Lu Xiao cannot help but ask, 7th ancestor, how many do you think Xiener can draw out? Lu Xingyue thinks for a while, and says, at least several thousand. Lu Xiao is startled. Several thousand? Lu Xingyue says indifferently, innate holy body Dao fetus, rare to find in 10,000 years. If he couldn't even draw out several thousand, that would be strange. The guarding elder stands to the side, his eyelids jumping violently. Several thousand? If anyone else said this, he would only think they were crazy. But the one saying this is the 7th ancestor Lu Xingyue. He actually doesn't know how to refute it. Lu Xian smiles. Without answering, the door slowly opens. A scent of old books mixed with the dusty taste of time rushes towards them. Lu Xian steps inside. The moment he steps into the library pavilion, the surrounding array patterns light up. The first light pattern lights up. Immediately after, a jade slip of a cultivation method flies out from the first floor bookshelf, suspending in midair. The guarding elder's expression shifts. 1. This is just the beginning. Soon, the second jade slip flies out. The third, the fourth, jade slip after jade slip, continuously flies out from the bookshelves. The guarding elder's voice gets faster and faster. 100 methods, 500 methods, 1,000 methods, 5,000 methods. His voice is gradually trembling, and Lu Xiao's eyes also reveal shock. A moment later, the flying jade slips exceed 5,000. Lu Xingyue's record from back then had long been left far behind by Lu Xian. The guarding elder cannot help but look at Lu Xingyue. 7th ancestor, back in your day. Lu Xingyue says with a bitter smile, I am far inferior to this kid. And at this moment, the array inside the library pavilion still shows no sign of stopping. 6,000 methods, 8,000 methods, 10,000 methods. More and more ancient scrolls and jade slips fly out from bookshelves on all levels, circling slowly around Lu Xian. Lu Xiao's breathing becomes rapid, and Lu Xingyue's eyes also change bit by bit. Several thousand books was already his high guess, but now it seems, he guessed low, even quite low. I am afraid all the cultivation methods in the library pavilion are being attracted out by Lu Xian at this moment. Just then, the library pavilion begins to vibrate. The guarding elder's expression changes suddenly. This is wrong. The array shouldn't cause this kind of movement. Could something have gone wrong? As soon as the words fall, a dull sound suddenly comes from the depths of the library pavilion. Dong! The next moment, a golden beam of light lights up on the 9th floor. The beam of light soaring into the sky, piercing the roof of the pavilion. The sea of clouds being torn open. 10,000 volumes of scripture rising with the light, turning into a golden book covering the sky. As the pages turn, countless Dao shadows bow their heads, as if bowing in worship to Lu Xian. The moment the golden beam of light rushes into the clouds, the entire Lu clan seems to be awakened. Outside the library pavilion, Lu Xiao stands frozen on the spot, silent for a long time. Lu Xingyue also looks up at the golden book shadow above the firmament, a trace of bewilderment appearing in his eyes for the first time. What is happening? The guarding elder's lips tremble. He has guarded the library pavilion for so many years, seen clan geniuses draw out cultivation methods, and seen array patterns trigger phenomena. But like today, all 9 floors of the library pavilion shaking simultaneously, all cultivation methods flying out at once, and even invoking a golden book in the sky, not to mention seeing it. He didn't even dare to dream about it. Just then, in the direction of the ancestral land, several terrifying auras suddenly rise. Figures break through the air. The 6th ancestor Lu Qingya, the 5th ancestor Lu Wanjun, and several other Lu family ancestors who had just recovered, appear outside the library pavilion almost simultaneously. Everyone's expressions are not very good. They were originally meditating deep in the ancestral land, suddenly seeing golden light soaring from the library pavilion, and 10,000 phenomena manifestation. They thought something major happened to the library pavilion. Lu Qingya asks in a deep voice as soon as he lands, "What is going on?" Lu Wanjuan's gaze sweeps around, his spirit power already starting to circulate. Someone broke into the library pavilion, or was the array broken? But soon, they discover something is wrong. This phenomenon seems to be caused by Lu Xian. Inside the library pavilion, Lu Xian stands amidst the sky filled with ancient scrolls. After the ancestors see this scene, the solemnity on their faces gradually turns into astonishment. Lu Qingya frowns and looks at Lu Zhenyue. Old 7th. What happened? Lu Zhenyue is silent for a moment. He looks at Lu Xian in the library pavilion, and says slowly, "Xianer entered the library pavilion to choose a cultivation method." Lu Qingya's brows furrow deeper. Choose a cultivation method? He looks up at the golden book shadow above the firmament, then at the library pavilion almost drowned by ancient scrolls. Can choosing a method cause such a big stir? Lu Wanjun also looks at Lu Xiao. What is going on? Only then does Lu Xiao come back to his senses. He suppresses the shock in his heart, and says, after Xianer went in, the library pavilion array began to judge his talent. At first, methods were drawn out one by one. Later, more and more, and after that, Lu Xiao pauses, even seeing it with his own eyes. His voice still carries a trace of disbelief. Within the 9 floors of the library pavilion, every single method was drawn out by him. Once these words fall, the ancestors fall into silence simultaneously. Lu Qingya's eyes condense. Every single method, the guarding elder adds hurriedly. Every single one, from the 1st floor to the 9th, without exception. With this, the expressions of the ancestors finally change completely. They naturally know the rules of the library pavilion array. The array will, according to the talent and aptitude of the entrant, give the most suitable cultivation method. The higher the talent, the more methods are drawn out, and the higher the quality. But people like them could at most draw out 1,000 methods. But now, Lu Xian let every single method in the library pavilion be attracted. How could they not be shocked? Afterwards, the ancestors look at the phenomenon, and begin to discuss what exactly this phenomenon is. Lu Wanjun stares at that page of golden heavenly book for a long time, saying in a deep voice, "I have lived for so many years, and have never heard that the library pavilion had this kind of phenomenon." Lu Qingya also frowns. "I have never heard of it either. In the ancient books of the Lu family, there seems to be no relevant record." The ancestors look at each other, their expressions becoming solemn. The library pavilion is a core place passed down by the Lu family ancestors. The array here is not an ordinary array. If it were just drawing out a few more methods, it could be explained as Lu Xian's amazing talent. But this phenomenon now clearly has exceeded their cognition. Just then, deep in the ancestral land, an aged voice suddenly comes. Just because you haven't heard of it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The voice is not high, but it makes everyone present feel solemn simultaneously. Lu Zhenyue turns around immediately. Grand Ancestor. From deep in the mist, a tall old man walks out slowly, his white hair falling, his face aged, but his eyes deep as if hiding a long river of time. Every step he takes makes no sound at all, but the moment he appears, everyone around subconsciously falls silent. The grand ancestor of the Lu family, Lu Taichu, also the oldest and most powerful ancestor of the Lu family now. His strength has already reached the late stage of tribulation. Lu Taichu does not immediately pay attention to them. His gaze first falls on Lu Xian in the library pavilion, then looks at the phenomenon in the air, remaining silent for a long time. Lu Qingya cannot help but ask, "Grand Ancestor, what exactly is this phenomenon?" Lu Taichu says slowly, "This is 10,000 laws bowing in worship." Once these 4 words fall, outside the library pavilion, everyone feels a shock in their hearts. Lu Zhenyue frowns. 10,000 laws bowing in worship? Lu Taichu nods. This is a very ancient rumor of the Lu family. I thought it was just a legend, but I didn't expect it to be true. When I was young, I saw it in a damaged ancient book deep in the ancestral land. Rumor has it, the true purpose of the library pavilion's talent array is not just to judge the talent of descendants, nor is it just to select cultivation methods. It also hides a deeper response. Everyone holds their breath. Lu Taichu looks at Lu Xian in the library pavilion, his voice becoming deeper. If someone truly capable of reaching the peak of immortality enters the pavilion, the library pavilion will no longer select methods for him, because any single method cannot define his path alone. Therefore, 10,000 laws chime for themselves. Various scriptures appear in the world. Dao shadows bow their heads. The golden book spans the sky. Lu Taichu pauses for a moment, and says slowly, "This is 10,000 laws bowing in worship." Lu Xiao feels as if his heart has stopped for a moment. Lu Huaishan's voice tightens. Does the grand ancestor mean? Lu Taichu does not beat around the bush. He looks at Lu Xian, and says word by word, "Those who can trigger this phenomenon have the potential to become an immortal." Boom! As this sentence falls, falls. It is as if a thunderbolt exploded in everyone's mind. Potential to become an immortal? Even Lu Xinyu. His expression changes completely. The two words, becoming an immortal, are too heavy, so heavy that even these Lu family ancestors dare not speak easily for a while. The Tianxian world has not had an immortal for tens of thousands of years. Countless stunningly brilliant geniuses have reached the tribulation stage, but none have crossed that threshold. But now, Lu Taichu's words clearly mean that Lu Xian can break through the threshold that has made countless geniuses bow their heads. Lu Wanjun takes a deep breath, murmuring, potential to become an immortal. Lu Qingya also looks at Lu Xian in the library pavilion, his eyes shocked. They have been shocked by Lu Xian too many times these few days. Innate holy body Dao fetus, restoring themselves to their peak. And now, 10,000 laws bowing in worship. Potential to become an immortal. This descendant seems to be shattering their original cognition every time he appears. Lu Shao stands on the spot, his eye sockets burning slightly. This son has given too many surprises in these few short days. At this moment, even he, as a father, doesn't know how to describe the pride in his heart. Lu Xinyu is the first to recover from the shock. This matter must not be leaked. Lu Taichu nods. Naturally, the innate holy body Dao fetus is already shocking enough. If we let outsiders know that he triggered 10,000 laws bowing in worship, and has the potential to become an immortal, Lu Taichu's voice lowers. The Lu family will truly be eyed by the entire Tianxian world. Several ancestors' expressions turn solemn simultaneously. After all, it has been a long time since an immortal appeared in the Tianxian world. This matter must not be leaked. Lu Taichu lifts his hand, and an ancient aura spreads from his palm, covering the entire back mountain. The golden book shadow above the firmament gradually fades away. Countless Dao shadows disperse, and outside the library pavilion, peace is restored. Just then, Lu Xian, who caused this stir, finally comes out of the library pavilion. The door opens slowly. Lu Xian walks out from inside, holding an ancient jade slip in his hand. Seeing the ancestors, he is startled. Weren't there only 3 people just now? How did so many pop out suddenly? As soon as Lu Xian comes out, the ancestors surround him simultaneously. Lu Wanjun cannot help but speak first. Lu Xian, what method did you finally choose? Lu Qingya also looks at the jade slip in his hand. So many methods were circling you just now. Don't just pick one at random, kid. Although Lu Shao doesn't urge him, his gaze is also on what is in Lu Xian's hand. Lu Xian doesn't play coy. He lifts his hand, displaying the jade slip to everyone. The guarding elder takes a close look, first stunned. Next, the excitement on his face stiffens. Frowning tightly, he cannot help but say, young master, why did you choose this? Lu Shao looks at him. Is there a problem with this method? The guarding elder hesitates for a moment, but says, this method is called the Taichu Dao scripture, created by a Lu family immortal. But the problem is, this method is incomplete, without the second half. Once these words fall, the expressions of several ancestors change slightly. Lu Xinyue's gaze lands on the jade slip, his eyes becoming more complex. So it was that one. Lu Xian looks at Lu Xinyue. 7th ancestor also knows this method? Lu Xinyue nods. When I entered the library pavilion back then, I was also attracted by this method. But in the end, I did not choose it. The first half of the Taichu Dao scripture is extremely strong. It can even be said, it is one of the most profound methods in the Lu family library pavilion. Unfortunately, the second half is missing. If you practice this method, the early stage might advance very fast, but once you reach a critical level, you will have nowhere to go. Lu Qingya also frowns. This method is incomplete. If you practice it forcibly, it will only trap you later. Lu Wanjun also nods. Lu Xian, you now possess the innate holy body Dao fetus. There are so many methods in the library pavilion waiting for you to choose. No need to insist on this one. Even if the Taichu Dao scripture has a great history, it is incomplete in the end. Lu Shao also looks at Lu Xian, his tone softening a bit. Xianer, if you like this method, you can keep it to study it first. But for your main cultivation method, you should still choose a complete inheritance. This relates to your future foundation. Do not be careless. Several ancestors nod one after another. They don't look down on the Taichu Dao scripture. Quite the contrary. It is precisely because this method is of such a high level, that they dare not let Lu Xian cultivate it as his main path. A blocked path is not scary. What is scary is walking halfway, only to discover you cannot turn back. Lu Xian listens to everyone's advice, but his expression does not change much. He looks down at the jade slip in his hand, then shakes his head. No matter. Lu Xinyue's brows lock. Lu Xian, this is not the time to be stubborn. 7th ancestor knows you have amazing aptitude, but the Taichu Dao scripture has been incomplete for many years. Countless geniuses of the Lu family have tried. This is not something that can be solved in a short time. Lu Xian looks up. 7th ancestor, I am not being stubborn. Everyone is stunned. Lu Xian says slowly, the second half of it, I have already deduced it. Outside the library pavilion, it falls into instant silence. The sound of the wind seems to stop. The guarding elder stares blankly at Lu Xian. Lu Huaishan's lips move. For a moment, he doesn't even know what to say. Lu Qingya frowns. What did you say? Lu Xian repeats it. I said, I have already deduced the second half of the Taichu Dao scripture. This time, everyone hears it clearly, but precisely because they heard it clearly, they dare not believe it even more. Lu Wanjun takes a deep breath. breath. Lu Xian, do you know what you are saying? This is an immortal inheritance, and one that the sages of the Lu family through the generations failed to complete. How long have you just been in the library pavilion? Lu Jinyue also stares at Lu Xian. Lu Xian, this matter is no joke. Lu Xian doesn't explain too much. He just hands the jade slip in his hand over. The ancestors can see for themselves. Lu Taichu does not speak. He reaches out to take the jade slip, and the gazes of the other ancestors also fall upon his hand. In fact, when he was in the library pavilion, Lu Xian had already seen the narration on this jade slip. Taichu Dao scripture, created by the first immortal of the Lu family. The Lu family suffered a great disaster in the past, and the second half was lost. Current state, incomplete. If cultivated forcibly, the path will be cut off after the tribulation stage. Therefore, Lu Xian used today's modification opportunity, and changed it to complete. Otherwise, Lu Xian would not have chosen this method either. Lu Taichu holds the jade slip, his divine sense exploring into it slowly. At first, his expression was still calm, but soon, his fingers tremble slightly. Immediately after, his eyes, originally as deep as an ancient well, suddenly stir with ripples. Grand Ancestor, Lu Jinyue senses something wrong, asking in a low voice. Lu Taichu does not answer, his divine sense still sunken in the jade slip. The more he watches, the more his expression is shocked. In the end, even his breathing becomes visibly heavier. Who is Lu Taichu? The oldest, most powerful ancestor of the Lu family. Even he is so uncomposed, enough to show how shocking the things in this jade slip are. Lu Jinyue finally cannot help but take the jade slip. As soon as his divine sense explores it, he freezes on the spot. His voice is hoarse. The second half, it really exists. Lu Qingya and Lu Wanjuan's expressions change simultaneously, both stepping forward almost at the same time. The jade slip passed through the hands of several ancestors, and each one who saw it, fell into silence. At the beginning, they still carried suspicion, thinking Lu Xian might have just filled in a little bit of surface. But after truly seeing it, they discovered, the second half in the jade slip was not randomly connected. On the contrary, that second half and the first half were perfectly integrated as one. So much so that even they, as ancestors, felt their minds shaken. A moment later, Lu Qingya lifts his head slowly, his voice even becoming a bit astringent. This doesn't show any trace of stitching at all. Lu Wanjun also says in a deep voice, if I didn't know that this method had been incomplete for many years, I would truly think it had never been lost. Lu Jinyue stares fixedly at Lu Xian. You just completed it, while you were in the library pavilion? Lu Xian nods. Yeah. Once this word falls, everyone falls into silence again. When Lu Xian said it just now, they didn't believe him. But now the jade slip is placed before them, they have to believe it. But the more they believe, the more they feel horrified. Completing an immortal inheritance in a short moment. What concept is this? Lu Huaishan's throat rolls. Only in legends, for human beings to create a method of cultivation. The Dao ancestor could open up Dao Dharma in a very short time, creating cultivation methods. The young master was actually able to complete the 10,000 Dao heavenly book. Speaking to this point, he can no longer continue. Lu Taichu exhales slowly. He looks at Lu Xian, his gaze unprecedentedly complex. Lu Xian, your aptitude can no longer be described by the word genius. Lu Xiao takes a deep breath, his voice carrying excitement that cannot be suppressed. My son Lu Xian has the bearing of a Dao ancestor. What happened in the library pavilion was soon suppressed by Lu Xiao. Anything that happened today, no matter which one spread out, would be enough to shake the entire Tianxian world. Therefore, Lu Xiao does not have a shred of hesitation, immediately ordering to seal the news. The traces left by the library pavilion array were also wiped away by Lu Jinyue. That night, Lu Xian returns to his courtyard. The door closes. The clamor of the outside world is isolated. Lu Xian sits cross-legged in the room. In his palm, suspended is that ancient jade slip. On the jade slip, pale golden patterns circle slowly. 4 ancient large characters, faintly visible. Taichu Dao scripture. Lu Xian sinks his divine sense into it. The next moment, a vast scripture slowly unfolds in his mind. It cultivates the origin of 10,000 laws. The Taichu, primordial. Heaven and earth are not yet separated. 10,000 Daos not yet established. This scripture takes oneself as a furnace. Takes heaven and earth spirit energy as firewood. Takes 10,000 Dao rhymes as fire. Finally condensing the primordial Dao base. Cultivating to the profound depths. 10,000 laws can all be used for oneself. Lu Xian exhales slowly. Then let's try it. He closes his eyes, and starts to circulate his spirit power according to the Taichu Dao scripture. At first, the movement is not big, just the golden core in his dantian, shaking lightly. Immediately after, a wisp of pale golden Dao pattern slowly appears on the surface of the golden core. Lu Xian's spirit power, which was originally quiet in his body, as if suddenly finding a true place to return, starts to circulate on its own. 1 cycle, 2 cycles, 3 cycles. With every cycle, the spirit power in his body solidifies by 1 point. The heaven and earth spirit energy in the courtyard also starts to gather toward the room unknowingly. Under the night, plants and trees shake lightly. Spirit energy like mist, through the window gaps, door crevices, pouring little by little into Lu Xian's body. body. In the void, Lu Xinhue stands quietly. He does not appear. Since the ancestors decided to let him be Lu Xian's protector, he has been guarding Lu Xian in secret. Lu Xian is too important now, so important that, even within the Lu family, Lu Xinhue does not dare to be the least bit careless. He watches the spirit energy gradually gathering in the courtyard, a bit of satisfaction appearing in his eyes, starting to cultivate, and already able to invoke this kind of spirit energy fluctuation. Indeed worthy of being an innate holy body Dao fetus. Lu Xian is now in the early stage of the golden core. This was naturally condensed after awakening his physique. However, before this, Lu Xian had not truly cultivated a method systematically. Now just obtaining the Taichu Dao scripture, he should need to become familiar with the movement of the cultivation method first, and then slowly polish the golden core. Lu Xinhue calculates secretly in his heart. With Xianer's physique and aptitude, entering the basics is naturally not difficult. He should be able to thoroughly master the circulation of the Taichu Dao scripture tonight. As for the breakthrough, Lu Xinhue ponders for a moment. 1 month. With his aptitude, it should be about right to break through from the early stage to the middle stage of the golden core in 1 month. Thinking of this, Lu Xinhue nods slightly. 1 month to break through a minor realm. This is already very fast. Many golden core cultivators wanting to break through a minor realm need at least a few months of polishing. Those with poor quality, getting stuck for a year or two is not strange. And Lu Xian is, after all, an innate holy body Dao fetus, and also cultivates the complete Taichu Dao scripture. Lu Xinhue thinks this guess is already quite bold, but just as this thought of his falls, a light rumble suddenly comes from the courtyard. Boom! The aura in Lu Xian's body suddenly rises. The fluctuation that was originally just at the early stage of the golden core, in this instant, passes directly over the barrier, stepping into the middle stage of the golden core. The expression on Lu Xinhue's face instantly freezes. He looks down at the courtyard, his eyelids jumping fiercely. Middle stage of the golden core? He just thought 1 month was about right. But Lu Xian didn't even take half an hour. No, from the time Lu Xian started circulating the Taichu Dao scripture until now, not even the time of a cup of tea has passed. Lu Xinhue is silent for a moment. Afterwards, he forces himself to calm down. Normal. Xianer already has a deep accumulation, and is cultivating an immortal inheritance. Having a breakthrough is also justifiable. He just found a reason for himself in his heart, and the spirit energy in the courtyard suddenly starts to surge again. The surrounding spirit energy pours into Lu Xian's body like a tide. More and more pale golden Dao patterns appear on the surface of the golden core. Crack, as if some invisible barrier has been broken through. The next instant, Lu Xian's aura erupts again. Late stage of the golden core. Lu Xinhue. He stands in the void, and says nothing for a long time. Early stage to late stage of the golden core. Although they are just minor realms, but this minor realm is absolutely not something that can be stepped over just like that. It requires spirit power accumulation, requires polishing the golden core, requires stabilizing the foundation. But Lu Xian, he is as if he has no bottleneck at all. Once spirit power enters his body, his realm goes upward in step. Lu Xinhue takes a deep breath. It's about enough. Consecutively breaking through 2 minor realms is already very amazing. If he continues, even the innate holy body Dao fetus should stabilize for a bit.